Sunny, very hot and humid, high 99. For Sunday, sun and some clouds, and not as hot but still humid with a stray afternoon thunderstorm. Sunday's high 92. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Right now, it's cloudy and in some spots drizzly. 82 degrees. The weather sponsored by SNL Coin. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Chris Ronchi, Amy Markscores. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Good morning, friends, and a happy Friday. It is the Chris and Amy Show, as you just heard, and we are with you until 12 o'clock. There's also some afternoon baseball today. We'll tell you all about it. 314-436-7900 to visit with us on the show with your phone calls and texts. You can leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app as well. And if you want to stream, Odyssey app. If you want to stream and watch, YouTube, Facebook, at KMOX News. And then we are on Twitter, at Chris Amy KMOX.
Time now for the top of the order. The top three stories everyone will be talking about.
As I mentioned, it is baseball today. Cardinals-Cubs weekend at Wrigley Field. And because they are playing in Chicago, it's that famous 1:20 first pitch on a Friday. Don't get a whole lot of Friday day games, but you'll get to enjoy one today on KMOX.
And there's a parking war going on in Forest Park. Ryan Kroll, staff writer and our delinquent car correspondent, I would say. Derelict car correspondent. Yeah. Yes. He's a staff writer for St. Louis Magazine. He joins us at 10.
And there's some fun stuff going on at City Hall we'll get into with him.
Yeah.
And Mike Bush did, in fact, after 41 years, signed off at KSDK last night. Yesterday evening, I guess, was his final broadcast on Channel 5. And by the way, the dude does not look like he's almost 70. I'll tell you that much.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like...
Wow. He looks very young.
Right?
People say that about me, too. They say he doesn't look like he's almost 70.
We're going to get to you right now, actually. Speaking of you, John Hancock has an injury.
I do.
And he doesn't know how he did it, but he thinks he has strained his oblique. So we thought...
He must have heard it.
It's pretty rough.
We thought we would try to figure out what you did to yourself.
Well, let's talk to former Cardinal pitcher Woody Williams, because he was out for 2 months with a strained oblique.
John, the only people I've known to have ever strained their obliques are baseball players, so I figured you heard it playing baseball.
Were you taking some hacks in the cage?
Well, it was... I think I twisted in an unusual fashion.
When you were in bed?
I don't know when it happened.
Yeah.
All I know is I woke up yesterday and, oh, man, not good.
So how high is it?
It's below my rib cage here, right there. For those of you following along at home, it's right there.
So it can happen when you sneeze. Did you sneeze violently?
I could have.
Because I think a lot of baseball players have had the sneeze oblique injury.
Georgian informs me.
I remember Sammy Sosa having it. Was it
yeah.
after the home run chase? It was somewhere in there.
He had the cork in his bed.
That too.
Georgian tells me I'm a fairly active sleeper. So
moving around a lot.
Could have been a left to right maneuver.
That could be dangerous for poor Georgianne. She's so tiny.
Do you think it's possible?
Apparently, the flying knees are a real problem.
The stork knees come out?
Yeah, and, they're pretty bony, and apparently they have been known to hurl themselves through the air.
Were you trying to dunk a basketball in your dreams?
That could well have been. Maybe a reverse backhanded slam. That may account for the whole injury right there.
Do you think you heard it in the shower, like scrubbing your back?
I don't know.
Scrubbing your back.
All I know is it only hurts when I breathe.
So, has it gotten any better? Because you called me yesterday to tell me, Kel, I hurt myself badly. Is it any better today?
Well, the Advil has kicked in a little bit, and I just had to be careful. No sudden movements. Yesterday, I almost got in a car accident because I couldn't turn around to see what was in the left lane.
Well, that's nothing special.
Have you? Do you think maybe you shouldn't be driving right now?
Well, it's not really an option, Ranj. Man's got to get to work. I've got an 8-hour seminar at Missouri Baptist University tomorrow.
Oh.
Learning all about the online world that is the campus there and how to put grades in and put my assignments, load them, upload them, and download them and all that stuff.
So this guy, as we know, is consultant. He is radio host. He is minister.
Yes.
And now we'll be adding the title of professor to his repertoire. Is that not impressive?
Or what are you, adjunct?
That's what they call me.
Is that what they call you?
Yeah.
There's a lot of junk.
So, one of these days, I'm going to find out how much they're paying me. I don't know what the answer to that at this point.
What
think
will
about
you be
asking?
teaching?
Yeah. I'll be teaching the U.S. and Missouri Constitution, a required course for graduation in the state of Missouri.
Nice.
So
That's
I've got
so fun. I'm jealous.
28 young students who've signed up for the class.
You're jealous that you're not getting to teach the Missouri Constitution?
No, but she wants to be in the
I
class.
want to be in the class, but
Oh,
also
okay.
I do love teaching is really fun.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 9:30. Be there.
So, John, it's well documented here, especially on Hancock and Kelly late night, that you may not have been one of the more stellar students in your first year or two of college.
Well, I was focused on other things.
Will you be an understanding professor of young kids who may miss class or show up late?
Tough grader, buddy. I'm a tough grader.
John, were you asked to leave college?
No, just the School of Journalism.
You were asked to
You
leave?
got kicked out of the Mizzou School of
I mean,
Journalism?
that's one
Have you
way
not heard
of
this story,
saying
Chris?
it.
Tell them what happened.
Well, I got accepted into the School of Journalism my second semester sophomore year,
Mizzou.
which was my second semester at Mizzou. Because I'd gone to UMSL the first year, so I'm at Mizzou. Never really lived away from home before, and it was something. And so I had 4 courses that semester. I had history and principles of journalism, history of media, something other, and then News 105. And the 3 classes other than News 105 met in the mornings, which meant I just basically didn't go. I'd get up and I'd go have lunch and I'd watch General Hospital. But News 105 met at 3:05 in the afternoon. Never missed a class. Loved it. Go in there. They give you a little set of facts. You type up a news story, and, I don't like to talk, but I was pretty awesome at that. But we had 2 outside assignments in that class. You had to go cover an event, and you had to write a feature story interviewing someone. And I just decided, I've done such a good job on writing these news stories every day. I don't need to worry about that stuff. She flunked me. All the classes I didn't attend, I got C's in. And the one that I did attend, I got an F, equating to a 1.4 grade point
I don't
average.
understand the thought process behind feeling like you don't have to do an assignment.
Well, I figured,
I've already done so well. Why would I take this final test?
I've done, 25, 30 news stories, and now the 2 little assignments? What's that going to mean?
And you couple it with his radio exploits on KWMU.
Yes, you didn't explain that.
Oh, no, KOMU.
KOMU.
KCOU.
Well, tell us a little
Where
bit
the
about
emphasis is on you. Well, I had a 90-second sportscast that I would do, and one particular, I believe it was a Tuesday morning, I got done with the sports, and I still had like 35 seconds to go.
Oh, no.
So I decided to do a little commentary, pointing out the fact that Missouri had lost to Nebraska for the 7th consecutive season, and perhaps it's time for Warren Powers to go. And Warren Powers stayed. I did not.
Do you think he had you eliminated?
Somebody eliminated me. It was pretty unceremoniously. Of course, we didn't have email in those days. They would have fired me on email. But,
You know what? Good for you for speaking your mind, though.
well, that's what you got to do.
I'm with you. on
The
that.
people don't
Good for
tune
you.
in to hear some kind of poppycock. They want to hear the unvarnished truth,
That's right.
opinions.
That's right.
You were speaking truth to power before it was cool.
Well,
And then Power told him to get lost.
Can you imagine? What are you thinking?
ultimately, Warren Powers was replaced by Woody Wiedenhofer. Remember Woody's wagon? He was a defensive coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He took over the job at Mizzou, and years later, the Mizzou Tigers were playing Florida. And they were going through the toll booths there in Florida, and the defensive coach for Mizzou pulls up to the toll booth, and the guy looks at him and he says, "Oh, is that a new logo for Mizzou?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I used to coach there. It was Woody Wiedenhofer working in the toll booth
In the toll booth.
why, though?
in Florida."
Was he not coaching anymore?
He
I
was not
take it.
apparently coaching at that point. He was working in the toll booth.
Well, at least he wasn't naked in there.
No.
Was there naked people in the toll
No, there
booth?
was a coach who drove. Oh, man, we just talked about this the other day. There was a coach.
Who went through the
NFL
drive-thru
coach
naked?
went through the drive-thru
Yes, I
naked.
remember that.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he
The
lost.
drive-through.
Yeah, like a Wendy's drive-through, and he wasn't wearing clothing.
I hope he had a manual transmission.
But I bet there's got to be something a bit rewarding about. I think it'd be kind of fun to work in a toll booth. You know what I mean? If you're retired and you're at the end of your career and
Easy.
you just sit there. Like I personally, when I retire, would like to be not Walmart, but down in Florida, there's these grocery stores called Publix.
Yeah, no
With
problem.
an X.
I'd like to be like the greeter, the guy that hey, thanks for coming in.
They fired the greeters, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
But you know what I mean, or like the checkout guy.
Yeah,
that
you'd be great.
Yeah, just would is there something like that you'd want to do in retirement?
I want to be a park ranger.
Hey, now
Yeah.
that's cool.
But at a national park.
with the hat and the whole bit.
Oh, and the vest and the Smokey the Bear patch.
Why are you stealing my thing? That's
No,
what I
you-
said.
Ranger Amy.
No, first of all, I've
Ranger
always said the
Ranch.
park
Ooh.
ranger, and Ron
Ranger
wants to be a
Ranch.
ranger locally with a gun, and he wants
Oh,
to
yeah,
shoot
yeah, I
at
wanna have
You
people.
want a gun?
I want to have a weapon.
Like over in Forest Park, or would you want to be down here on the Arch grounds?
He wants to be at Queenie Park, and he wants to harass the patrons.
You don't need a gun at Queenie Park, Raj.
Well, you got to shoot the deer.
Yeah.
Law-abiding
Well, you
citizen.
saw about you heard about those two park rangers at Queenie Park that went on a car chase, like out of the park, and I think they got
In trouble?
I think they got in trouble for it.
Well, it would happen. I mean,
Yeah.
Because it's not their jurisdiction.
Yes.
We got.
You
We
have to
got
stop the car at the entrance, like, damn it.
We got Brownie
Shake
the
your
dog.
fist.
Sorry,
we got,
folks, park's closed.
We got Brownie the dog at Queenie Park years ago. That's the dog that ripped my lip off, and he was free. Was Brownie the dog?
You found him in the park?
No, he was a part of a pet deal. I'm pretty convinced he was part coyote, and it did not end well for poor Brownie or me, for that matter.
Well, it's not going well for you right now.
At all.
With your strained oblique that you think you have.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, Raj.
All right, well,
Oblique sounds like a type of angle that you would need to identify in a test in high school.
Because what else
you
you got
mean
on the
obtuse.
side there? There's nothing else on the side, right?
Yeah.
It's your oblique over there.
Hey, I
I don't know.
think we're almost out of time for this segment. Is that right?
thank God.
Yeah. Well, I just want to give everybody a heads up. On Sunday of last week,
Yeah.
John's had a final thought on our KTVI Channel 2 show.
What was it?
Well, he was talking about the fact that the president got a new coif.
Oh, yes.
And he said, you're going to want to stay tuned to this space because it may inspire him to also address his lack of hair. And so I'm looking forward to this Sunday to see if
you
John
show
walks
up
in
with
with
a
a rug.
piece-
You know,
If
they
you show
have,
with a piece like Costanza
they,
did,
they have the
Please
ones now
do.
that you actually, they have little snaps on them and the little buttons, and you snap the button on top there and it keeps it from coming
well,
off.
what does the button snap onto?
your head?
Like suction
Was it
cup?
glued on?
Well, I think I don't know, I've not done it, but they've got it where you snap the button on there, and and then when you go swimming, you keep your hair.
Like a Lego man?
There was a guy. There was a guy that used to work in politics, and he was out. They were float tripping, and he's got a wig, and so they were doing some, I don't know, whatever, and he fell over, and his hair went floating down the Merrimack.
Which was probably terrifying for anybody not knowing what that was.
Right.
Well, I think
That's kind of, you know what? I was in college at Illinois State, and
Redbirds.
SIU, the Carbondale, they are the Salukis. And they had a game at ISU basketball. So they brought their mascots. Carbondale did. They had these two Saluki dogs that run around. And one of them was in the lower bowl, and he was running down the stairs. He fell forward, and his head rolled off.
Oh, that's
It
traumatic.
was awesome.
That's
It was
traumatic.
awesome.
Imagine the kids out there. Oof.
Well, I don't even know what we just did, but
I thought it was great.
we just filled about 15 minutes
Gold.
of time It's
Radio
John
Gold.
Hancock and
Yep.
Michael Kelly with us on the Chris and Amy Show. First hour, they're always here with us on Friday on KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
This summer, local events are happening all over the place, and I3 Broadband is a big part of it. At I3, we love being part of the neighborhood and are proud to support the events that make our communities great. We're also proud to deliver 100% fiber-to-home internet, recognized as Greater St. Louis's next-door neighborhood fave. We give you lightning-fast speeds and reliable performance. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and I3 Broadband is here for you.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends at Universal Windows Direct. So time is flying by. Before long, it's going to be fall and we'll be switching from air conditioners to our heaters. Just know that you can save a lot of money 12 months out of the year by replacing your windows with our great windows. Here's the DGS deal. Buy 4 windows, get 4 for free, and 48 months, 0% interest financing, same as cash. Great company, great people. 314-334-2522, universalwindowsdirect.com.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, you'll hear true stories that will intrigue you, inspire you, and make you laugh.
He said, is there anything in your diet that might be spiking your blood sugar? I said, sometimes I eat pizza until I'm unconscious. He said, I think that might be it.
For real stories live on stage from comedians, astronauts, accountants, farmers, and people just like you, follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You just testified under oath you're getting more fiber in your diet, and it was easy. Where is this additional fiber coming from?
Mirafiber gummies.
Objection!
It's true. Mirafiber has 8 grams of fiber to help me get the fiber I need in a day, plus 4 B vitamins for metabolism support. All in one serving.
Overruled.
My gut rests its case.
Oh, that's my line.
Find Mirafiber today at your local retailer from the makers of Miralax. Mirafiber supports metabolism of carbs, fats, and proteins. Serving size is 4 gummies.
Ready for instant curb appeal that comes with a 25-year transferable warranty? Call Rhino Shield today. We do brick, block, stucco, asbestos, aluminum, steel, cedar, and more. Over the past 20 years, we've done thousands of homes, businesses, churches, schools, condos, parking garages, large metal buildings, and strip malls, from Champaign to the Lake of the Ozarks. We do flat and sloped metal roofs to extend their lives too. Proud to be veteran-owned and manufactured in the good old USA. So we're tariff-free. We're exceeding expectations every day. Evaluations are free. A+ rated with the BBB and a lot of 5-star Google reviews. Call 877-25-RHINO, 877-25-RHINO, or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Summer is here. Time to enjoy baseball, barbecues, and the shade of your trees. When it comes to tree care, call the certified arborist at Gamma Tree Experts. Hi, I'm Tim Gamma. Protect your valuable trees from storm damage or devastating insects such as the emerald ash borer. Knowledge and quality are hallmarks of our reputation. For pruning, spraying, fertilization, or removals, call Gamma Tree Experts today at 314-725-6159 or visit us at gammatree.com. Your trees deserve the best care.
One city, one voice. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Michael's talking about a Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, and I was just thinking about the new show he's got on HBO.
So great.
Is it good?
Okay, so
Fabulous.
I haven't been all the way through it yet. I've seen a couple of episodes, really good. And I think the most recent episode, he's in the Oval Office with Obama.
Right, over the tan suit.
Well, the tan suit thing happens, but also Obama's got, and I've only seen a clip of this because it's made its rounds on social media, but Obama has a beverage or something on the desk, and Larry asks if he can have some of it, and he's like, no. He's like, well, what's the big deal, you know? Like, why can't I have a drink? He's like, I only let Michelle and the girls, if they want it, they can have a drink. And he's like, and another thing, old lips. You have old lips. Which is such a funny insult.
You have to be into Larry David to like that program.
Yes.
But it is fabulous.
It's very funny.
And he weaves in like the great moments in American history. So landing on he's playing not John Glenn, but the other one.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong and John Glenn, and arguing over, I get to go first on the moon. No, you do. That's
actually, you should watch it, John.
Lewis
I think
and
you'd
Clark.
appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, yeah, he does a Lewis and Clark.
He does that one with Seinfeld. It's so funny.
It's very good.
Yeah.
So, speaking of presidents, the issue of Caroline Leavitt leaving the White House. So, and that's not unusual for a press secretary to leave a couple of years in. That happens all the time. I think there's a lot of stress on that job. Why can nobody keep it for very long?
Well, I think the circumstances of her resignation are a little murky. She was left on Air Force One, and Natalie Harp was taken on the catering truck. The two of them had some kind of an altercation later, and all of a sudden the next day she resigns. So I think that's interesting. As a rule, that's a position that is very demanding, and folks don't typically last a very long time. There's been some great White House press secretaries. Remember Tony Snow? Yeah. Back in George W. Bush, he died of cancer, sadly, but he was really good. And, the role has changed, really been redefined under Trump from, it used to be kind of a service to the press corps, the White House press corps, and providing them some insight, some off-the-record and background information. It's become much more of a combative relationship now between the White House press office and the folks that cover the White House. And whether it will ever go back to the way it used to be, I kind of doubt.
Hopefully it does. But take away the Trump administrations. Of all of the jobs that exist inside the White House, that's the one I'd want.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun, right? Like you're constantly on your feet. You're bobbing, you're weaving, you're dodging, you're spinning.
You're taking shots at everybody in the room
all
the time.
Well, that's Trumpian. But I just meant back in the day when they would question it. It just would be fun to constantly be on your toes. I say that. I'm sure it's probably a miserable assignment. But of all the jobs that exist, that'd be the one I'd want.
And you're one soundbite away at any point in time from really getting your clock cleaned. And that just the pressure of that in and of itself would lend you to believe it's a short-term proposition.
It leads to great things, though. George Stephanopoulos at one time, I believe, was the press spokesman. Jen Psaki was, or whatever her name.
Jen Psaki. Yeah.
Dana
Perino. And then you couple that with the folks who cover the White House.
Yeah.
Including our own Garrett.
Major Garrett.
Major Garrett. Yeah. That usually leads to the big jobs inside of media if you wind up being the press covering the White House.
Do you think, though, we mentioned Trump and the secretary and the press secretary, and then even going back to Biden, and I feel like really Jen Psaki, she took her hits from people who are criticizing her, but really with Karine Jean-Pierre, who is a young woman, and I believe an athlete, a triathlete, and she's just saying, I can't keep up with Joe Biden. And everyone knew that wasn't true. And Karine Jean-Pierre, if you can't keep up with him, you need to get your heart checked. And I feel like she left kind of surrounded by some mockery. And I feel like Caroline Leavitt will leave surrounded by mockery. Do you think now, recently, that the last few aren't going to get those big jobs, or no, Caroline Leavitt will get a job on Fox News?
I think it's hard for Trump people, period, to have a life post-Trump that's not Fox News. I don't think they wind up getting picked up by the big corporations and stuff like we've seen with others. Unpopular opinion. I think the lady, does nothing but spew lies and say ridiculous stuff.
Are you talking about Caroline Levitt?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she did a pretty good job. I mean, look at who your boss is.
And what the job is.
Yeah, for him.
She did well.
In terms of what it is, if his expectations of that job, she did it fairly well. Far better than a Sean Spicer way was able to do it, or Anthony Scaramucci was able to do it. She's a 28-year-old girl.
Yeah.
A woman, that put this together. I think she did a good job for Donald Trump.
For him, I'm not sure it's good for the
not as good for our country,
but yeah.
Do you just mean by her demeanor? Like, what qualifies
I think she effectively was able to communicate his nonsense and spew and go and do exactly what he wanted, which was to be combative, to really fight with the liberals or what they consider to be the liberal media. I don't think she, by any stretch of the imagination, was a great press secretary, but for Donald Trump, I think she did a great job.
Do you kind of feel that in some ways, anybody who's in the Trump administration, he wants them to act like a press secretary, whether it's Pam Bondi or any of his cabinet members? He wants them to not toe the party line. That's not it, but just say what he wants them to say in a glowing way, no matter what. Like he wants all of them to be press secretaries.
That's loyalty.
Totally.
I mean, he demands loyalty. Doesn't give it, but he demands loyalty. And she certainly delivered on that front.
Yeah, an interesting point you said that, because he doesn't give loyalty, and we watch people literally burn their lives and careers going to work for him. I mean, remember Pam Bondi? This was his in the dustbin. I think Pete Hegseth is soon headed that direction. Caroline Levitt's headed that way. Now she'll get hired back by Fox News. But, when somebody said, do you think that Eric Schmidt could eventually become attorney general someday? It'd be a stupid job for him to take.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do that.
But anybody, because it ends with you being out on your ear.
It is interesting that we had a primary for Missouri attorney general just 2 years ago. And the two combatants, one is now the White House counsel, Will Scharf, and the other is the deputy FBI director, Andrew Bailey.
And it will end bad for both of them.
Hancock and Kelly with us on the Chris and Amy Show, with us every Friday from 9 until 10. We do have Ryan Krull coming up at 10 o'clock from St. Louis Magazine. There's some interesting stuff that's been going on at City Hall last couple of days. We'll talk about that with him. And some parking issues at Forest Park. Trust me, it's interesting. Doesn't sound like it, but it is.
It's
Jen Cease.
Good stuff. It's,
We'll talk
drama.
City SC with us at 10:30, and we're going to talk to an old friend at 11 o'clock. Scott Jagow is on the show. That's all coming up today. Chris and Amy Show until noon on KMOX.
The Cardinals conversation doesn't end when the game does. Watch the Gas House Game, Redbird Rush Hour, Sports Open Line, and sports on a Sunday morning whenever and wherever you want. Plus, exclusive conversations with Cardinals manager Ollie Marmol, president of baseball operations Chaim Bloom, players, broadcasters, and baseball insiders. Subscribe today to the KMOX Sports YouTube channel, because Cardinals fans deserve a front row seat. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
81 degrees, real feel temp, 91. Some thunderstorms this morning, otherwise hot with increasing amounts of sun. A high today of 95. Tonight, very warm, very humid, a low of 76. Weather sponsored by Scott Credit Union.
Love your low mortgage rate but need extra cash? Don't refinance. Get a Scott Credit Union home equity line of credit for home renovations or debt consolidation. Learn more at scu.org. Rates vary. Terms and conditions apply.
You have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at lancedrurylaw.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767. 800-838-6767.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. The wait is over. The displays are now open at the Reserve in West County, a prime location at Manchester and Highway 109. The Reserve is an outstanding community with serpentine streets, extensive trails, and our own neighborhood park with a pavilion, gazebos, playgrounds, and more. Come tour our popular Hamilton Ranch or our luxurious Turnberry story and a half. Visit McKelveyHomes.com. It's time to move up to McKelvey.
You've pictured it, the garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 13th. Let Overhead Door Company of St. Louis upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorstlouis.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
Today,
the Cards, the Cubs.
Ameren Total Access 1225. First pitch 120.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Big series starting today at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
The Cardinals take on the Cubs this afternoon. It is a 1:20 first pitch. We've got the pregame show at 12:25. I love these Friday afternoon games. Totally. I love them so much, man. I kind of wish that was a thing in more places. Of course, it's traditional there because they didn't have lights in the building until the late 80s, so they play a lot of day games. I think there are only really a couple of nights of the week, like Mondays or Tuesdays, they'll play night games at Wrigley. But I love that Friday afternoon thing. So we're going to get to really experience it. It's so great.
Are all three of the games this weekend in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Unless they have a national game on Sunday, which I should know that off the top of my head.
I thought it was all day games.
It probably
all day
is.
games.
Yeah. So
But
and it's
how
always
great,
1:20 there.
because you're going to mail it in on Friday anyway.
Yes.
You start the weekend
Yes.
with a Cards-Cubs day game.
Hell yeah, it's great.
And is there anything better than a little day drinking?
Oh, dude, I love it. I love it. So we talked to our guy, John Rooney, voice of the Cardinals, who's awesome, and spent a lot of time in Chicago as the White Sox play-by-play guy before he came down here in 2006. In fact, he was on the broadcast team for the World Series winner in 05 with the Sox. He comes here, and in 06 he wins another World Series. So he's got two different rings back-to-back years. But he had some thoughts on the historic Wrigley Field.
I've never liked the weeds on the wall or the little bears on the uniform. I don't care for that place at all. It's great for the fans. The fans love it with the history and the feeling they get, but the working conditions are the worst in baseball. And the people are very nice there. They have treated us great over the years. I enjoy seeing Pat and Ron and seeing Zach and all the guys next door and Sarang, their engineer. They're wonderful people, and that makes it tolerable to go there. But to work there, once the game gets started and the competition heats up, then I get into it.
Yeah, so he was referring to the Cubs radio broadcast team when he said Pat, Ron, Zach, and Zarang. But I'm going to tell you this: like I've been in that press box a lot, in that broadcast booth, the one that he's got to work out of. It is, it is tiny. And if you have ever gotten to see our home broadcast booth. It's the size of an apartment. It's huge.
What I think is funny, too, he talked about how small the broadcast booth is for the visitors at Wrigley. And he said they made it deeper, not wider, which is hilarious. Like if you're going to stand in single file and watch the game. Well,
I mean, I've worked out of that booth a ton. It's not good. But he's not wrong. The ballpark, if you are sitting in the seats, it is beautiful. It's and especially on a nice day, and I think it's going to be 80. like 79 degrees there today.
Really?
Oh my God. They've got great weather all weekend long. Maybe some rain, but it's not this 105 nonsense that we got going on here. But if you're sitting in the seats, it's great.
Some of those
but
seats.
If you are working there, it's not great at all. And I know a lot of Sox fans hate it. Will not step foot in that ballpark ever.
Some of those seats, like down the first baseline, I don't know if it's true on the third baseline, but in the box seats down there, they're actually angled away from home plate. I don't know if you've ever experienced that.
Yeah, you're staring into the outfield.
Yeah.
Really?
So you've got to reposition yourself to do that. And remember, when Wrigley Field was built in 1914,
it was football.
And radio hadn't been invented. There was no such thing as a broadcast of those games from 1914 until at least 1920 or so.
Yeah.
No, you don't really think about that, do you?
No.
I've just assumed there was. We talked about this with the role that KMOX played in radio broadcasts and baseball broadcasts, but you do take it for granted.
I've been a couple of times and have enjoyed it. I've not been there to work, and like John said, as a fan, you're in a historic place. It's that and Fenway. That how much more historic are those two places? And seen a couple of Cardinal games there. Also saw the Billy Joel concert there, which was really, really fun.
That would be nice.
The concerts are great. I saw Pearl Jam.
Oh, yeah.
Saw Green Day, Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Fall Out Boy.
What
was
is
great.
Pearl Jam's relationship with Chicago? It's a Seattle band, but Eddie Vedder is like...
grew up in Evanston.
Okay. He's like Mr. Chicago.
Yeah, he's always there.
Hey, John also brought up the ivy on the wall in the outfield and how it's just a brick wall covered in ivy. And he said, I don't know how the Players Association allows that. You can just run right into a weed-covered brick wall.
I thought they had padded it a little bit underneath the ivy. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was brown padding.
I've seen where the ball gets lost in the ivy occasionally. But
That's a ground rule double.
Have you seen? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Seen many injuries from guys hitting the wall?
Can't recall.
It's happened, but it happens.
Everywhere. Poor Alan Craig ended his career sliding into the fence out in right field years ago. I did a radio play years ago, and it was Ronald Reagan auditioning to be the voice of the Cardinals.
Did he get the job?
And so he's there, and the director of promotions, Deborah Monteer, was in the room. And Kelly here was hitting on her the whole time.
Yeah,
he was the owner of Kelwa Beer, who was our biggest advertiser.
Was Deborah Monteer played by
Debbie Monterey?
Oh, wow.
And so anyway, Reagan's doing the call, and the general manager at the time was this guy Gore Backoff, and and so the punchline, we were talking about how many home runs that are
imagine who was Reagan.
Right-handed pitchers have given up, and he said, "What are we going to do?" And Reagan says, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall."
Good Lord. I'll tell you what, though. I know John's taken a little heat from some Cubs fans over this.
Poor guy.
But it's all in good fun, and
Of course.
I love it. I saw one. There is a Chicago sports. I don't know what I would call it. It's not really an outlet, but it's like a podcast internet kind of thing, and they cover all the sports up there, and they do shows. And the guy who covers the Cubs picked up on it, and he was commenting on it and, giving us a little bit of hell too. But he said, this is great for the rivalry. Stuff like this is really good for the rivalry. Stuff like, as we talked about when the Cubs were in town here, having a guy like Pete Crow Armstrong to really focus your attention on if you're a Cardinals fan and hate him or boo him or whatever. Stuff like that is great. I love this. And I think for a long time, the rivalry is too friendly.
Mhm.
So to have a little bit of
You gotta have
little
a
vinegar in it,
Vinegar,
yeah, I like it.
villains.
Well, and it's fairly rare for both of the teams to be good at the same time.
It doesn't- not
look
lately it
Over
hasn't
the course
happened,
of our
yeah.
history, it just hasn't happened very often.
You know, you brought up Reagan. He called some games for the Chicago Cubs.
He did?
But
Yeah.
he had to reconstruct them using ticker tape updates.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep, out of WHO in Des Moines, Iowa. He was there.
John Rooney also did reconstructed games for minor league baseball.
I don't think Mr. Rooney was disrespectful at all. I think it was good-natured needling. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
It was
Jeffrey
very
Leonard
funny.
calling St. Louis a cow town.
Right.
Remember when that all went
I
down?
do.
Yeah.
I feel like he had 2 compliments for every time that he said he didn't like something.
Or when
He's-
Chris Bryant said we were boring.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
That's hurtful.
Where's he now?
He's out, basically.
Yeah.
Went to the Rockies. He had a ton of injuries. But, yeah, I think that...
MVP, Rookie of the Year, and then poof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if it was an oblique.
Could have been.
Takes a lot of them down.
Could have been. Could have been.
Takes down a lot of the greats.
The greats go.
Well, there's no question
Like
about
this
that. Yeah,
John Hancock has an oblique injury.
I do.
Probably from sneezing.
Mysterious unknown origin.
Yeah.
It's probably sleeping. If you
Probably.
woke up with it.
Yep.
I get a lot of injuries sleeping now.
Do you
Michael
now?
said it's because I'm old.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, age does, take its toll.
Some of the more painful injuries come from sleeping?
They do.
Yeah.
That sucks because you don't know exactly how you did it.
Right.
Right? Did you guys, anybody watch Field of Dreams game last
A little
night?
bit. Saw a little bit of it.
An inning. I actually saw the home run at the very beginning of the game. First batter.
Kyle Schwarber. He hit his second one.
He was the...
off the right fielder's glove and over the fence. I saw that one.
Did you see Roger Clemens and his
Yes.
son
That was
Cody,
awesome.
who was with the Twins?
Yep.
They recreated the "Want to Have a Catch" scene. Like that was pretty neat.
So I was at the Field of Dreams before it became a stadium. Now they've built stands, etc.
Yeah.
But I went to it during the presidential campaign.
So just to clarify, it's not the field that's in the movie where they played the
Well, that's
game
where I
last night.
went.
There is the field
movie.
the field that is in the movie just outside the house. That's all still there as is.
Right. Okay.
But beyond the cornfield, down the left field line, there is another bigger stadium that they built. So just so people have an idea what it looks
I
like.
didn't know that because
They-
I had been to the original one
Yeah.
back in 2004.
So
Yeah,
they
it's
really
still
did
as is.
build a baseball field in that home's backyard for
Oh
the
yeah,
movie
and they
Yes.
kept building
and kept it.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pretty cool. I remember the last time I played catch with my dad.
they know.
He was in his late 70s and out in the backyard there.
What
Late
was his
70s?
nickname? Everybody called him
Yank.
Yank. Yeah.
Yep.
Bet he didn't pull anything throwing a baseball to you.
No, man, he was a lefty. Left-handed catcher back in the day was Yank. And I got to watch him play softball with the Venture Warehouse team there for a few years.
I was going to say Yank
that
was
fun.
probably a pretty well conditioned dude. He was working in that warehouse.
Oh, buddy, he was strong. He
Yeah.
was strong. Yeah, couldn't run worth a darn, but he was strong.
Hancock and Kelly with us.
Apples don't fall far from the tree.
Cardinals Cubs this afternoon, 12:25 for the pregame show. 1:20 first pitch. A series gets started at Wrigley Field today, and you can hear it on KMOX.
It is still summer, so you're still dealing with summer pests like mosquitoes and stinging insects. So if you're going to have a backyard barbecue, or maybe you just want to enjoy sitting outside in your backyard, listening to Cardinals baseball, but you're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, you need to call Rottler. They have a treatment program that reduces mosquito populations for weeks at a time. You'll really notice a difference. Call them before you have your next outdoor get-together. And if you're planning for fall, when the temperatures change, bugs are constantly looking for their new home for the winter, and your home looks great to them. So you want to make sure that you call Rottler. They can do an inspection, know what they're looking for when it comes to pests and your home, create a plan for you. And of course, they have the Rottler Promise, standing behind their work. And when you call Rottler, a real person will answer the phone, which is so nice, and they can dispatch a technician to your home same day or next day. So visit Rottler.com, Rottler.com.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now, inflation is squeezing your budget. Global events are shaking markets overnight, and if you're close to retirement, you don't get unlimited do-overs. This isn't the time to just hope it works out. That's why Steve Auld and the All Financial Group are hosting a complimentary educational seminar on August 27th and September 1st at Twisted Tree. Find out if your retirement strategy can survive today's economy, rising costs, market volatility, political uncertainty, and the questions most people avoid, like could you outlive your money? When should you file for Social Security? Is your 401k carrying too much risk? This event is complimentary and you must qualify to attend. Call 636-230-8824 or visit yourmoneymattersstl.com. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before group is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency.
Soldiers Memorial Military Museum looks at American military history through the lens of St. Louis. From the Revolutionary War to the present day, the gallery showcases stories of local service members and delve into the city's wartime history. Outside, the Court of Honors includes monuments to those who lost their lives in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Admission is free. Find information about special exhibits at mohistory.org/memorial. That's mohistory.org/memorial.
If you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Mr. Rob Miller from Harvesttown Auto Body in St. Peters did. He called Rhino Shield. Rob, what was the thought process for going with Rhino Shield as a business owner?
My family's business is over 10,000 square feet, and it did not have the curb appeal I wanted.
Rob, tell everyone how the experience was with Rhino Shield from start to finish.
The process that I liked was when you came out, you gave me all of these options that would fit my building. Our building was really faded. I don't want to have to paint my building again. 25 years is a long time to not have to worry about the outside maintenance of your building as far as paint. That's a no-brainer. That's why Rhino Shield worked for me.
Are your neighbors jealous?
I would be if I was them.
Thanks, Rob. Now it's time to call 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Genius.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
Michael Kelly just gave us a bit of history I did not know. That Jean-Baptiste Pointe-du-Sable, who was the founder of Chicago, is buried in St. Charles here.
Yep. And I know this from Steve Ellman, who is probably one of the great St. Charles historians of all time. He's written a book.
He's the best St. Charles historian.
And he told me and my father at lunch one day that he was buried at St. Charles Bar-Male Cemetery.
Yeah.
And
didn't know that.
Yeah, went out and saw it. And then Steve, hopefully you'll have him on sometime. Steve has a great story about Mayor Daley, the original Mayor Daley.
Mayor Richard Daley.
Richard Daley, about coming to St. Charles. And in fact, Steve says it was the first time he saw a limousine in his life. Was big black car bringing Mayor Daley to go look at this, gravestone.
So actually, Lakeshore Drive, the famous Lakeshore Drive, is officially named after DuSable. So he's an important figure. I did not know he was in St. Charles here.
So
That's
Chicago, I love. Now I'm kind of mad that I didn't pay attention when the Cardinals were going to be in Chicago, because Chicago is so much fun to be there. It's even more fun when the Cardinals are up there, because you got everybody walking around in Cardinal caps, And it's good-natured fun. And,
It is.
And there's no better city to be in than Chicago.
Right now it's 75 degrees
Yeah,
there.
right.
Doesn't that sound great?
How is that possible?
I know.
That just that short
a couple
distance
hours away.
it's 30 degrees cooler.
Well, they got water up there.
Well, you know what it is? It's that storm that rolled in between us,
Yeah.
between St. Louis and Chicago, because Ranj and I were talking about the storms that hit Bloomington Normal, and I have family members up in Bloomington, and I texted them to see if they were okay. Some of my family members haven't had power since yesterday, but this week, Ranj, was move-in week for ISU.
yeah.
And of course, all of that's been postponed. So they're not doing move-in week. Ron showed me a video of glass. Was it a glass window that came crashing
must
down at
have been.
ISU? I mean, the storms, they looked like tornadic activity is what it looked like.
Wow.
Illinois has gotten it really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, I think they've gotten it the worst of any state in the country this year in terms of tornado touchdowns.
Hate
Yeah.
to
So
see
it's
it.
been, it's not good.
Curiously enough, more facts. Come to me. I'm Cliff Clavin. Illinois, on a yearly basis, gets more tornadoes than almost any other state in Tornado Alley. And you would think it would be Kansas and Oklahoma and Missouri. No, in fact, it's Illinois.
So, speaking of the weather, our question of the week was inspired by you,
Hey, now.
Michael. And it was, would you rather have 2 extra weeks of miserably hot weather and then you lose 2 weeks of cold weather, or the inverse? Would you rather have 2 extra weeks of really cold weather and then lose this hot crap like we have now? And, of course, you will not be surprised that the hot weather won.
I don't
with
get that.
with 2/3 of the vote.
I don't
So
get
67, almost 68% of people would rather have this than have it be really, really cold.
Because in December and January, you're inside no matter what. There's barely any sun. And so who cares if it's 0 degrees? And then we would get Chicago weather for an extra 2 weeks.
Put another log
These
on the
sun
fire.
people are nuts.
I agree with you.
Throw a sweater on.
I do not mind cold weather at all. You put on a coat.
Yes.
Get a scarf.
Makes
And
you
it's
feel
not like
alive.
you're going to be doing anything anyway. But now,
This is disgusting.
in the middle of summer, you can't do squat out here.
Throw
you
on
can't
a pair
play
of long
golf.
johns.
You can't.
It's terrible.
You ever throw on a pair of long johns, Ron?
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
When was the last time you wore long johns?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while.
Like you were a child, I bet. I don't think you've worn long johns as a grown
Maybe
man.
in college for something.
Why
I don't
would you
know.
wear long johns in college?
You were out.
Because it's cold out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want your legs shaking.
You'll be amazed that only a couple of hours north
Yeah.
at Illinois State, it somehow gets way colder than here. And it's
So-
only like two hours, 15 minutes, something like that.
Some friends who've gone to the University of Wisconsin, great school, tough school to get into,
Yeah.
beautiful campus. They always tour it in the summer,
Mhm.
and they love it. And then it's 20 degrees below zero, and they're walking to class.
Oh, I've spent a huge portion of my life in Iowa. It is the coldest doggone place I've ever been. It's the worst state on the planet simply because of how cold it is there. It's miserable.
Worst
it
state on the
stinks.
planet.
Don't go.
Your snot will freeze inside
Yes,
your
in
nose.
your
There's nothing
nostrils.
worse than
Yeah.
frozen snot. I'll tell you that.
Well, it's true.
Have you
I
had-
remember walking to class, and it was the first time I had ever experienced that.
Yeah.
Where you're inside your nose, you can
You're
feel it all.
frozen.
Like, whoa,
Yeah.
what is
So
that?
happened last winter when we had that really, really cold streak with like the 10 inches of snow.
Yeah.
When I
Great
was
rapper.
when I was out running, my eyelashes froze together, but like you couldn't pull the ice off your eyelashes without like ripping your eyelashes
So
off.
you couldn't see?
Yeah, so I had to go in the car and like turn on the heat and thaw out my eyeballs.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Chris Amy KMOX, and you can vote in our questions of the week whenever we have them, and all the other stuff you need is there. You can watch the show from that account. Hancock and Kelly, thank you so much for hanging out.
Our pleasure.
Let's get our oblique boy out of here.
All right. Yeah, good luck with that.
Thanks.
Usually, this is about a 2-3 month injury for you.
Could well be.
Ryan Krull with St. Louis Magazine will join us when we come back. There's all kinds of parking issues going on in Forest Park, and what is happening at City Hall
Nobody knows.
and data centers. We're going to find out when we come back on KMOX.
When it comes to your hearing, you deserve expert care. At the Audiology Center, you're treated by certified audiologists Dr. Colleen Bosler, Dr. Adam Foss, and Dr. Bailey Campbell, meaning 8 years of advanced education, clinical expertise, and a commitment to best practices.
Charlie, we offer hearing aids from all major manufacturers, so you get what's best for you. Every patient receives individualized testing, precise fittings using real ear measurements, and personalized programming to ensure your hearing aids perform exactly as they should. And our care doesn't stop once you leave the office. We're committed to helping your hearing aids last through ongoing adjustments, maintenance, and long-term support at no extra cost. Better hearing is personal, not one size fits all. Call us today at 636-441-7470 or visit us online at theaudiologycenterstl.com. And let's take that first step together.
Let me tell you something about insurance. When you sign your insurance policy, for some brokers, that's the finish line. Handshake, commission, done. Then you may not hear from them again until it's time for renewal. But your business runs all year, so do the gaps and the risk. So go to Supersure.com. If your company has more than 25 employees, whether you're the owner, CFO, or HR manager, it can be too complex to just go buy a policy online. Supersure is the super agency built for you, licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits, all with year-round support for you and your team. At Supersure.com, you can access tools like fine print facts. It'll translate your current policy into plain English so you see what's covered and what's not. Plus a business value calculator so you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to Supersure.com. One super agency, one powerful platform, all your policies in one place. Supersure.com. That's Supersure.com. Paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, a licensed insurance agency.
Taking care of your health shouldn't feel complicated. That's why we created NeoVitan to make nutrition easy. Our doctor-formulated vitamins are designed for real life and delivered straight to your door with our monthly subscription. No guesswork, no running out. Just clean, high-quality supplements manufactured in the USA using the finest domestic and international ingredients. Subscribe today at neovitan.com and take one simple step toward better daily nutrition. Visit neovitan.com and start making nutrition easy today.
Give the gift of a magical experience at St. Louis Union Station when you take a real train ride journey to the North Pole aboard the Polar Express. Meet Santa and experience the magic of the Polar Express story with hot chocolate, treats, music, and sing-alongs. For those that truly believe in the spirit of Christmas, head down to St. Louis Union Station this year. Book your golden ticket before they sell out at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
It's 10 o'clock, and we have clouds and a little bit of sunshine. 81 degrees right now in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts, the top Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee, sent a letter to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and the acting Navy Secretary demanding more information about the extended deployment of the USS Abraham Lincoln amid the war with Iran.
The bottom line is this should never happen. This is an unforced error. That ship can't even go into a port in the Gulf because Trump's war has actually made it so dangerous, has made the situation so much worse that there's no safe port for the Abraham Lincoln to visit.
Reports are coming out about the condition for sailors and dwindling food. Americans unexpectedly cut their spending in July by the biggest drop since May 2025, raising doubts about the resiliency of consumers who have kept spending and powering the economy despite the rising costs of daily expenses. A proposed freeze on new apartment complexes in O'Fallon is officially off the table. The measure fell just one vote short at a late-night city council meeting. Matt Becker with the St. Charles Realtors told the council that hitting the brakes on development unfairly punishes people trying to sell their land.
When the city imposes a broad moratorium, it unfairly freezes the market. It interferes with private contracts. It penalizes local property owners and restricts their ability to realize the full value of what they own.
Supporters of the moratorium say they're frustrated by the rapid pace of development and want time to write new standards. Backers say they want to bypass the council and put the initiative directly to voters. The company behind more than 120,000 license plate tracking cameras nationwide is promising major changes after a report found police officers have been using the cameras to stalk women. That includes a Brentwood cop accused of using it to stalk his wife during their divorce. ABC News contributor and former DHS official John Cohen says police can access the images from anywhere without a warrant.
So if you're driving down the road or driving in a parking lot in one city, the image of your vehicle can be downloaded and looked at by a police department across the country.
The company's CEO apologized for the abuse of the technology and says data will be retained for 7 days now instead of 30, and that retrieving the data will require a code. The City of St. Louis Treasurer's Office hosting a free back-to-school drive today. Stop by the City Hall Rotunda from noon to 4 to receive free school supplies, food, and other community resources. If you're not in need of supplies but would like to help, supply donations are accepted as well.
An extreme heat warning through 9 p.m. tomorrow. The AccuWeather with a real field temperature between 105 and 110 each afternoon through the weekend. A couple of drenching thunderstorms left over through midday. Then some sunshine, hot and humid for the afternoon, high 95. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy, very warm and sticky, though 80. Sun and some clouds tomorrow, very hot and humid with a thunderstorm in the area, the high 98. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's 83 degrees right now in downtown St. Louis. The weather sponsored by McKelvey Homes. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Find the space your family deserves at the Estates at Post Farms by McKelvey Homes in O'Fallon. Spacious new homes, top-rated Wentzville schools, and easy access to shopping, dining, and major highways. All with McKelvey's legendary craftsmanship. Tour today at McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe.
Well, you're never going to believe this. There's chaos at City Hall. I know, it's a surprise. Well, we've been talking a lot about data centers in the city of St. Louis, and the Board of Aldermen and the City Planning Commission has also been discussing data centers, and there was a vote about regulations and data centers in the city when it came to an abrupt recess because of a mysterious text. And joining us now with more information on that story is Ryan Kroll, staff writer for St. Louis Magazine. We always have a great reporter from St. Louis Magazine joining us on Fridays. Make sure you sign up. Oh, yes.
Obviously, there are some parking issues that we're going to get into too. I mean, we don't have Ryan on the show without talking about parking.
Yes. Right. If there will always be automobiles involved.
Yes.
When Ryan Kroll is here.
Yeah.
But we figured we'd start with the chaos.
Automobiles that are not moving.
My favorite kind.
Yes.
That's right.
Whether they've been parked or abandoned or both.
Stationary.
Yeah. So, Ryan, thanks for joining us in studio today.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. Just down the street, a stone's throw away, a City Planning Commission meeting was abruptly halted after the executive director of Planning and Urban Design, Don Rowe, said he received a text message from an unidentified elected official. I'm confused by all of this.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is fun. This is like speculation is at a fever pitch as to who this elected official
love to
was.
speculate.
I love to speculate as well. Why know when you can speculate? But just a little bit of background. So the Planning Commission spent like a year crafting these rules that would sort of govern how data centers can be built in the city of St. Louis. Then those went to the Board of Aldermen. And folks complained, like data center boosters complained, that basically these rules are so stringent, no one can ever build a data center in the city of St. Louis. So the Board of Aldermen made some tweaks. They sort of loosened things up a little bit. But because they changed it so much, it had to go back to the Planning Commission. And that happened on Wednesday night. And the Planning Commission voted to just throw out all the Board of Aldermen's adjustments that would have made things looser for data centers and basically go back to the more stringent way of doing things. But before they could finalize that vote, before the meeting could adjourn, this guy, Don Rowe, he's like, I'm getting a text message from an elected official. And from what I understand, he like left the room. He came back. He said, we need to think about this again, guys. something, tantamount to that. They usually post the video of these meetings on YouTube. As of at least yesterday, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I'm sorry. This is secondhand information, admittedly. And then some confusion follows. And instead of adjourning the meeting, which would have like finalized their sort of rolling back of those those adjustments, they go into recess. And I think technically right now they're still in recess. So
was it maybe somebody in the room?
It could have been.
Was
yeah.
it like,
Yeah.
hey, I know we're doing this right now, but you know how you when there's a group of people and you want to text one other person
Yeah.
with a side text?
It could have been. It's a real whodunit in a sense. Yeah. So the thing is, everyone's kind of putting weight on the fact that he said, "I'm getting, my phone's being blown up by an elected official."
Mm-hmm.
So everyone just assumes it's an elected official, right? But I can't help but wonder if he was maybe using that term a little bit loosely, like who.
Because the city planning commission is not elected; it's appointed
Yes, exactly.
by this mayor and previous mayors, and like you said, they serve terms.
Yeah.
And we know it wasn't Kara Spencer. Allegedly was not her who sent the text.
Her spokeswoman has come out and said definitely was not Mayor Kara Spencer.
Yeah.
Were the board of aldermen in the room with the city planning commission?
So there's some aldermen. I think it's actually two. I think it's Ann Schweitzer and Alicia Sonia. So two alder women. I know it's definitely Schweitzer. I'm pretty sure Sonia as well. They are in the planning commission meetings.
Okay.
However, they are both very much sort of taking a harder line against data centers. So the idea that they would have wanted to have disrupted this thing makes no sense because the meeting was going their way.
And he's an elected official, which also I'm assuming city, but not necessarily
Sure.
city. It could have been a state elected official.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people theorize, and I don't put too much credence to this, but like serious people have been like, was it Josh Hawley? Was it Mike Kehoe?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
This is getting exciting.
And I guess I will say, oftentimes I can sympathize with, people in city government, county government have complicated titles, right?
Yeah.
So millions of times I've just written, elected official John Smith. So I can't help but wonder if this guy was shooting from the hip a little bit, because that is sort of a nice.
That would be interesting if it
Yeah.
was like that. Like you just kind of on the tip of your tongue,
Yeah.
you say it, and maybe that's what he did mean.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I've started stories with last week, and I go, no, it was actually 5 years ago. So I've
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that. Maybe it was the president of the United States.
Oh, it might have been an elected
Wouldn't
official.
that be wild?
It could have been of any country, right? Where they have a democracy and they elect people. Yeah.
You're actually right. We should think bigger.
Yeah.
It could have been Europe.
Yeah.
Talking to Ryan Krull, St. Louis Magazine. Now on to the important stuff. At Wash U, there must not be enough parking. So this is causing a problem in Forest Park?
Yes. Yeah. So the more I get into this parking, I find that like parking is to St. Louis what like spice is to those Dune movies. You know what I mean? This is this precious commodity. Yeah.
Which
so
is weird because we're always talking about how we want more people around
Yep.
here.
Yeah,
Somehow
exactly.
there's not enough
Just
parking.
imagine if they show up. We're going to be so pissed all the time.
We're going to be so mad.
100%. So yeah, Wash U is sort of like landlocked, right? There's no easy way for them to expand. So they charge their own employees to park on campus. And that can be like around $900 or more for an employee to sort of have the privilege of parking at Wash U. And that's even if you can get one of these permits. There's like a waiting list. So people
wow.
Yeah. So what a lot of employees have been doing is parking in Forest Park just across Skinker on Lagoon Drive that kind of cuts through the golf course.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
The entrance to the golf course.
It's
Yep.
on the way to the basin.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like where Forsyth, when it turns into the park, it becomes Lagoon Drive.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's free parking there. So yeah, Wash U employees have been sort of availing themselves of this free parking and then just walking the 5 minutes to campus or whatever it is. And this apparently has really rankled the golfers because that golf course is also right there. They have their own parking lot, but particularly on nice days where a lot of people are hitting the links, that parking lot gets full. So these these golfers have to park on Lagoon Drive, but it's all crowded with Wash U employees.
Yeah.
And they know it's Wash U employees because they got little bears on the back of their car. And
they're there all day.
Yeah, they're there all day. Yeah.
Why, you should put like a sticker of a golf club or something.
Yeah.
To throw people off.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right. I'd rather be golfing or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, the golfers. This is a little bit of conjecture, but this seems to be right. Where the golfers have sort of complained to the park. The park has sort of talked to the city because the park is sort of co-owned by the city and this nonprofit, and the city is toying with this idea of putting in 3-hour parking limits on that side of the park, the sort of Skinker
But wait,
side.
that's not long enough to golf.
It's not long enough to golf. Yeah, it's a bad fix.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's what the city, the guy who's in charge of the parks department told me is where we're sort of mulling this like 3-hour limit because that's what they have on the other side of the park. Because for a while, the nurses and other people who worked at the hospital would do the same thing. They would park
Well, like
oh yeah,
by
because
Jefferson
parking over
Lake.
there, yeah,
'Cause,
parking over there is
worse, yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nurses, a lot of them don't get parking spots.
Yeah.
And so all around Jefferson Lake, well, right now they're doing all of that construction by the ice rink.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, that was all WashU.
Yeah.
The hospital, I should say.
Exactly.
Barnes.
So now that has a 3-hour limit. So they're
does it?
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
they're
know that.
exploring the same thing for the WashU side of campus. I gotta say, I gotta feel for both sides here. Like the park is for park patrons. Having a car sit there for like 8 or 9 hours is an eyesore. But at the same time, if you're like a low-level WashU employee making $40,000 a year, like to shell out $1,000 to like that's
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, totally.
It's a park. Yeah. So what do you do?
I don't know. Like I said, WashU's landlocked. They did recently buy, was it Fontbonne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you turn Fontbonne into a giant parking lot. I don't know.
Oh, that's so sad.
Tear down the whole thing.
Yeah. I wouldn't
so
advise
sad.
that, but that would solve
Do they,
Well, wait, we
do
used to
they
do
have
a shuttle or
I was saying, do they have a
something?
shuttle
Yeah.
where you
They-
could park and then shuttle employees?
They
Not
do-
ideal, but
Well, they do have a shuttle option. You still have to pay for it. You park in some off. I don't know where exactly the offsite is, but you got to think about that adds to your commute. Like if you have a kid or something, you have daycare that you're working into your commute to and from.
yeah.
I can see why people are finding this workaround.
Well, I mean, that Jefferson Lake, when you park at Jefferson Lake and walk to the hospital, that's not quick.
No,
I
totally.
think you have to add like 30 or 40 minutes, probably 30 minutes, depending on how far you park if you're walking.
Yeah. For the WashU folks, it's probably less than that, depending
Yes.
on where you are on campus, because you're just hopping across Skinker and then you're there.
So it's funny because I've seen like the chaos that happens on Lagoon, not only because it's a main entrance, but that's the workout loop for all the runners. It's like a 2-mile loop, Lagoon to Lindell, because it's flat. It's a 2-mile flat loop that's great for workouts. And I think one thing that the runners get mad at, is the people who cut through the park on their way to work and are flying down Lagoon or flying. And that is one thing where I'm like, you're in a park and there are kids running around, and you know, kids run out and off the sidewalk, and there's moms pushing strollers, and you're treating Lagoon like it's Hampton.
Sure.
That's frustrating.
Do all the parked cars, just like the aesthetics, does that sort of, I don't know, bother you that you would have this otherwise kind of nice green vista,
Right.
but yeah.
We try to go early.
Okay.
And I will say this, when the weather's bad, the aesthetics are gorgeous, and then when the weather gets nice, I'm like, what are all these people doing here?
Well, I mean, the last thing I want is for your aesthetics to be ruined while you run in the morning.
Hey, I will
Because
say,
it should be our greatest concern.
do you remember
honestly.
that with COVID, when they did shut down some of the park to the cars because they had so many people walking in the park?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people really enjoyed that because they limited where the cars could go in the park.
Yeah.
And you had kids riding bikes and scooters. It was a lot of fun for
It's
families.
kind of like when they did it in the Central West End when they shut off Euclid. They shut down Euclid, I think, on Fridays and Saturday nights.
Okay.
And they did outdoor seating.
Oh, that's really fun.
And I know a lot of cities did that. New York did it. Chicago
Yeah.
did it. Just kind of taking advantage of having people outdoors so they weren't crowded inside, giving each other a virus. So what's going on downtown? There's a parking issue.
Yes. So
It's confusing to park downtown St. Louis?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, who would have thunk it? So most people, I guess, did you know that you can actually get a parking ticket downtown and other places in the city of St. Louis after 7 p.m.? I didn't
know.
Yeah, I would have. I was under yeah.
I guess with Blues games and Cardinals games, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of people were under the impression that as long as you were after 7, you were sort of in the clear.
Okay.
But in 3 years ago now, the city rolled out to very little fanfare and very little sort of public education this thing that they call event mode parking. So
event mode, I love
event
that.
mode. So if there's like a Cardinals game or a Blues game or a concert at Stiefel or something like that, parking switches into like event mode is activated.
That's when you know your city doesn't have enough events.
Yeah. And it's a good policy. It's basically instead of having to pay the meter like by the hour, you just pay a $5 flat fee and you're good for 5 hours, which is to the duration.
Pretty good for parking for an event.
But wait, why? Like with the Blues games, you have all of these street parkings, like the through street, where they have meters, and they're all covered with no parking during Blues games.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, okay, I first learned about this when someone wrote in and said that they parked at City. They were getting to a Cardinals game late,
Okay.
and they parked along City Garden on
Yeah.
Market, and they thought, oh, it's after 7. This is great. This is perfect. I'll free parking. Just walk a few blocks to the park. Then they came back to a parking ticket, and it was because they didn't know that because it was an event mode. That the tickets, the parking meters just basically keep running, and you can. And then I talked to this woman who, she's one of like the hot dog vendors outside of Bush.
Yeah.
And she said that when the game's wrapping up, she just sees person after person walking back to their car and be like, oh, I thought, and then the ticket's $30. So the idea is like it's a good policy to only have to pay $5. But if no one knows about it, no one really knows to do it. You just think you park somewhere after 7.
And there's no signage for it, right?
Zero signage for it. And the sort of kicker is that what the ticket literally says that you did wrong was that you parked contrary to sign. So people are like,
So-
oh, what sign?
Are they successfully fighting these tickets?
I don't know. I think a few people have tried. I know I did not successfully fight it. I get so many, I don't even like look twice at them. I just pay them. But I violated event mode several years ago during a Bob Dylan concert. I got a ticket outside of Stiefel at 9:23 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't ever. And just when I learned about event mode, I went back and looked at my sort of robust parking violation history, and I saw that one.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, oh, like that was event mode got me, and I didn't even know it.
But wait, if you didn't know about event mode,
Yeah.
and we didn't know about event mode,
No one knows about event.
no one knows about event mode, especially you. I mean, you guys know the city. The KMOX newsroom knows the city. We're talking city issues. If we didn't know about it, I think event mode is sneaky.
It is a little sneaky.
I don't think they want, like when we go into storm mode, we let everybody know.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got special music for it and everything.
Sometimes there's not even a storm.
Okay, careful.
Event mode. Now you know about it.
Event mode.
So you don't get a parking ticket downtown St. Louis. Know that there is an event mode and you need to be mindful
But
of
wait,
it.
there's no sign, so you just have to walk up to the meter and pay $5.
just gotta- yeah.
Well, yeah, so you'd only know that there's event mode if you're already engaging with the meter,
Oh.
but you're not going to do that if you think it's free. And yeah, there's literally I found one reference to event mode on the City of St. Louis's website, and it was it also referenced the city, what we used to call Energizer Park.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was clearly very old, like it was years dated, and it's only been mentioned once, sort of in any kind of public way, as far as I could find. So yeah, sneaky. I think you could justify that.
Well, just be mindful of it if you're coming
I think
downtown for an
I
event.
think we need to use it the next time we broadcast live or when we
Yeah.
do anything, we need to call it event mode.
We are always in event mode here. Ryan Kroll from St. Louis Magazine, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you.
Hey, thank you guys. Have a great weekend.
It's a Chris and Amy show on KMOX.
Many times, a person hires a law firm after an injury without doing research. It can be a big mistake or not. Sometimes, after you have hired a certain lawyer, you realize you made a certain mistake. But guess what? Just because you hire them doesn't mean you can't fire them. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you think you've hired the wrong firm, you may have. So do this. Google Morgan & Morgan results or visit forthepeople.com for cases just like yours. You may find that our full-service injury firm should have been your choice in the first place. Last year, almost 12,000 people discharged their law firm and hired us after further research. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com today and let's get started. Or call Pound Law on your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Homeowners, I know a lot of you are worried about one thing when it comes to selling, and that's leaving money on the table. Hey, this is Kevin Wheeler. I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So, Gloria, how do you help sellers make sure that they get top dollar?
The reality is, most homes don't sell for what they should. I see it happen all the time. They either price it wrong or they don't create enough demand. But with over 2,400 buyers in my Buyers in Waiting database and my exclusive pricing strategy, I'm able to offer my seller a 100% market value guarantee. And if I can get you 100% of your home's market value, I'll pay you the difference. So you don't have to wonder if you left money on the table. You can sell with confidence, knowing you maximize your sale.
Make sure you get every dollar for your home. That's why you call St. Louis real estate expert Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888 or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
Don't miss Mosby Building Arts Home Improvement Show, Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KMOX. One of the last call-in shows where you can get live answers to your remodeling, design, and construction questions. Tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
If you're heading up to Chicago right now,
yes,
for the Cardinals-Cubs game, and a whole weekend series happening at Wrigley. You can listen on the Odyssey app. Once we get out of range, you can put on the app and you can listen in Joliet while you're on the way. Keep in mind, this weekend up there is also the Air and Water Show. So you might be at Wrigley Field watching your team play ball and a fighter jet flies
That's
overhead
awesome.
randomly. It's going to be that's a really fun weekend to be there.
The Blue Angels going to be there?
They usually are. So you'll see a lot of really cool stuff. If you go to a Cardinals game tomorrow or Sunday at Wrigley, you'll see some pretty cool stuff.
Of all the weekends for you not to go up and visit your family.
I know. They didn't want me there this weekend.
This would have been a great weekend for you.
So we talked to Mike Bush on Wednesday, or was it Tuesday? We talked to him earlier in the week, and legendary anchor, news anchor, sports anchor, reporter here in St. Louis, was around for 4 decades plus, 4 decades plus, and he signed off KSDK last night.
So after 41 years, I'm not going to say goodbye. I'll just say thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for growing older with me. Thank you for letting me tell your stories. And thank you for turning a 5-year-old boy's dream into a career better than he could have imagined. It has been a privilege. And there you have it. 5 on your side at 6. Thanks for joining us, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, so that's the end there. Now, he will be doing some stuff, as he told us, still for KSDK every now and then, but as far as the regular schedule goes, that's the end of that. So he is basically retiring. And, I think about the news business and how much it has changed, and he's been talking about it a lot, too, because he's seen the changes. He has seen going into a newsroom that was just stocked with people and all sorts of resources, and what local news and really national news, I guess, to an extent has been over the years, and how that is, it's really thinning out. And not that it's ever going to go away, because I don't think it will. It's just not what it used to be.
For example, I was talking to local sports guy, who was on TV, and he said when he started, the local station, this is on TV, had 7 full-time sports reporters, and they all had a camera guy. Now they have 1 full-time sports reporter with a couple of part-time, and most of that stuff is shot on your iPhone.
And this was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 full-time to 1 full-time and some part-time.
It's just, I know
That's
things are
wild.
changing. I don't know that it's necessarily changing for the better in that way, because when there are that many people working on one thing, the quality of the coverage is way better. It's way better than, I think, the social media, which is just us recording on our phones or doing interviews with our phones and not vetting anything, just talking to somebody and then throwing it up on the internet and not fact checking or, not really getting to the bottom or not knowing how to ask questions. So I don't think that media is getting better in that sense.
No,
but there's more of it, if that makes sense.
And I will say this, and I've said this for a while. If I could take all the money that's in national news, CNN, Fox, all of that, and distribute it to all local newsrooms, and then take the local newsroom budgets and give those to the national news, the 4 big stations, whatever it may be, I would switch those budgets immediately, because local news is embedded in a way that the national news networks, yes, they do a great job covering foreign wars and such because they have good access, but they can't cover your city or what's really going on in each state like local news can. One example would be the glowing hagiography that 60 Minutes did on Kim Gardner, because they didn't talk to our local newsroom. 60 Minutes didn't. They just took her word, interviewed a couple of people. Meanwhile, Kim Gardner wouldn't talk to our newsroom because they knew what was going on locally. I just use that as an example because that's 2 different stories, from a national news to a local news. And a lot of our biggest stories in the country were broken by local newsroom. The Miami Herald does great work. The LA Times does great work. And then it gets picked up. So if I could take our national budgets and put them to local newsrooms, I would do that.
Hagiography.
What I would like to do is I would like to just make all of them more robust, because I think there should be way more investment in national news, in local news for sure. Just we're losing something, and I don't
radio,
think that
and newspaper.
And I don't think that we will. For the people who are growing up now, they won't realize what it used to be like and what they're missing. But for those of us who do remember it, it's not good. It's the landscape is not improving. It's Chris and Amy on KMOX. We'll talk City SC. Jen Cease will join the show in just a moment.
KMOX isn't just a news station. It's where St. Louis has the conversation. The conversations happening around kitchen tables, in offices, at the ballpark, and across our neighborhoods. The things we celebrate, the things we debate, the things that matter. We're talking about you. 104.1 FM, KMOX. Join the conversation. Everyone's welcome.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
82 degrees, real feel 95. Some thunderstorms this morning, otherwise hot, with the sun increasing as the day goes on. A high of 95. Tonight, partly cloudy, very humid, a low of 76.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Giddy up! Cardinal Cowboy here. Summer heat can put your garage door to the test. Stay ahead of the game with a Renner Garage Door summer tune-up. Plus, score a free repair or replacement quote and $100 off a new garage door. Forward and back.
RENNER.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen. And oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live. And you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hi, St. Louis. This is Ben Barnett. I'm a board-certified master arborist, and I've been caring for St. Louis trees for over 25 years. Today, I'm going to help you choose a tree care contractor. Here's how it's done, so pay close attention. First, call everyone you know who has ever done any type of outdoor work, including that cousin that used to sleep on your couch. Leave them all messages and wait around to see if they call back. Here's a hint, they won't. Now, post to all your social media that you are looking for recommendations for a good tree service. Now beware, because there will be hundreds of different recommendations. So you need to carefully go through each one, checking that they have the proper insurance, background checks, and even the slightest idea of what they're doing. Schedule a bunch of appointments, and when nobody shows up, get really frustrated and put the whole project off for another year. Or you could just call Timberline Professional Tree Care. 636-479-7475, or visit us online at stltreecare.com.
Today,
the Cards, the Cubs.
Ameren Total Access 1225. First pitch 120.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
City SC, they had a week off. After having 6 weeks off, they had a week off. And now they're going to be back at it. They'll play in San Jose tomorrow night. It is a 9:30 game, and you can hear it on Y98. Part of the broadcast team, Jen Cease, joins us on the Quiver River Electric guest line today. And Jen, we are ready for soccer. We're glad it's back. How are you?
I'm just looking forward to that 9 p.m. pregame start where I don't think I get home till after 1 a.m. or whatever. And then I'm so wired from the game and doing some, package work for KMOX to play the next morning that I can't get to sleep and I drink too much coffee. So it's a fun night.
You should not start drinking coffee at 1 o'clock. But here's what you should do. Just play Xbox. You'll go to bed.
I have not played Xbox.
Okay.
Since... maybe ever. I'm thinking more of back in the Nintendo days.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think I've even touched an Xbox.
So the big news that happened over the last week, and we talked about it a little bit last week. We didn't have a whole lot of details, but Marcel Hartl is gone. He is signed with a team in Germany. What does this mean for City SC?
Yeah, talk about a whirlwind. If you think about it, if you were tracking things all the way back to July 26th, that was kind of like a first rumblings of, was there something going on? And basically 2 weeks, we've lost our best player. St. Louis City is now without Marcel Hartl, a designated player. A DP spot obviously is now open. Hanover 96 gets to work with him. I believe he's already on the training pitch there. So for St. Louis City SC, when you lose one of the guys, of course, Marcel does not score goals alone. He can do that. But when he goes in, if you look back to the RSL game, Real Salt Lake, the team was struggling. The team had some advantage. RSL responded. They were struggling until Marcel Hartl came in. He wasn't the only one. Alexandre Matan also, he's a really kind of a spark plug on the field. But you lose the creativity that Marcel brings, the movement that Marcel brings. And of course, when he is in the box, when he's in the final third, he can score. He can score from just past the half line. He's probably got that goal still up for MLS goal of the year potentially, and he's no longer there. So it is a big blow to St. Louis City SC.
So how does the team plan to deal with it? I heard your report this morning on Total Information AM, and I believe it might have been the coach who said, Yohan DeMay, that said this happens in Major League Soccer. You get players, you lose players, you move on. How does City plan to fill that hole?
Yeah, DeMay did say that on that particular package. It was Conrad Vollum. He's Norwegian. They're very blunt and direct, and he was just literally like, guys, we deal with this all the time. This happens a lot. And it really happens, I think, for those American fans in the MLS, it happens a little differently than the rest of the world. You got to remember the transfer windows don't line up. So when the MLS runs on February through December and Europe runs on August through May, our secondary transfer window is happening while Europe is gearing up, right? They're looking to retool, rebuild, and let's go, go, go. So that can be attractive to pull people away from the MLS and go over there, which is just devastating to us because we're looking to make the push for playoffs. So it's not that you'll never lose a good player. You're going to lose a good player though when everybody else is losing good players and you're in your off season on that transfer window. So we're going to see big changes in 2027. But to your point, Amy, in the meantime, you've got to hope that Yohan Dame's system over individual player holds out. This will be a test of that is can the guys who are running this system well, they're the ones that are getting the time, can that system hold up? And then can Yohan Dame be flexible enough with the new talent that he's got, Carlo Holza, Alexander Matan, of course. And then we heard him talk a little bit about Edward Leuven possibly playing on the left side and maybe using Sang-Min Jong a little bit more. What if we see Sang-Min Jong up as a striker, maybe not the lone striker, maybe a secondary striker, but it looks like we could see a much different City lineup than we have been seeing. Coach Dame has been the most consistent in producing kind of a similar lineup that we're expecting. This may be the most different one he's had to produce.
So it's been 9 weeks since the team has lost, or maybe 10 weeks. And
you just jinxed him, Ron.
There's no such thing as that. There's that doesn't matter. But so it's been that's a long time. And it's a long time time-wise because then you put 6 weeks of not being or not playing at all right in the middle of that. And then you lose your best players. So it just, it's not the best situation. So there's a lot of, and I don't know if I believe in momentum so much, but they're on a really nice run here. How much does this interrupt that?
Yeah, it does. And add to the fact that you're going out to the West Coast. So that travel is always difficult. And you're playing San Jose. They're third in the Western Conference. We're seventh. They're third. And we had a good game against them. They're chippy. They're going to be chippier in their home stadium, and they certainly don't want to give any points away to St. Louis City SC. So just add two more factors there. That's a tough row to hoe. So if you look at what Yohan Dame typically does, I don't know. We're not going to see Carlo Holza in the starting lineup. He should be available. Coach Dame said yesterday he'd be available. He could go on the pitch, but he's not in his primary fitness at this point in time. So yeah, it's going to say, can the guys that are currently there, can you play the system better than San Jose can play theirs? And then those guys who come off the bench, can you be difference makers in those positions and either take a tie, hold the lead, hold on to a tie, and bring some kind of result back to St. Louis? I think that helps the case of the team and the club overall. I mean, it's not their fault that Marcel Hartl and his family needed to go, whatever that looks like. But for the club right now, a saving grace would be, can you get a result, whatever result, from San Jose coming out there, third place team, and keep, like you said, Ranj, the momentum going at least a little bit.
Aside from a Messi type player, can you give us some context for how one really, really good player like Hartl can affect a team versus a system? Because, maybe in basketball, that superstar player is a bigger deal than it is in baseball. Or maybe if that superstar is a pitcher, it is a bigger deal. Can you give us some context for losing a player like Hartl?
I think when you think about like a Lionel Messi, right, which I'm not saying Marcel Hartl is him, he's certainly not, but when players like that, or players who kind of give you that feeling of that kind of a player, they're not only the ones that can go in and do it themselves, they make everybody around them better. Right? Everybody plays better. They play to a higher level with that person. Remember that Lionel Messi doesn't just get his goals. There's a lot of guys on Inter Miami that need to thank him for how he sets them up to score. Luis Suarez is one of them. He's a great goal scorer, but Messi does a lot of that work. And Marcel Hartl is that kind of guy too. He can go in there and finish. He can score from the half line, but he also, by his movement, by his quality on the ball and his movement off the ball. If you guys remember, he's picked off goals because he's looked like he's walking around and all of a sudden he jumps a bad pass out from the goalkeeper and jumps on that and scores. So he does that and he lifts the players around him. So I think for me, a player of that caliber going hurts, and it does test a system because he can play in it, but he can also play a little bit on the outskirts of it and make everybody else so much better around him. He raises the team, and now they're not going to have that, of course, on Saturday.
It's kind of annoying because you brought up Messi. City SC played Miami. Was it the week before he played for the first time? And it's been like 8 years. He's in, and we're never going to play the guy. He's never going to come back here.
Yeah,
is he ever going to come to St. Louis
right?
and play? Yes.
Yeah, that was the one time. And I remember at that time because there were people like, are we sure? Are you sure he's not going to come? Is it a secret? I'm like, no, nobody could keep that secret if he's coming to St. Louis. It would have been incredible. So, yeah, we have missed him. He has played over, of course, in Kansas City. And we just haven't had that really honor of seeing somebody of that level. And then to watch, too, I think not only is it fun to watch a player like that play, but it's fun to watch the fans respond, and not just St. Louis fans who will travel to see that man play, and even be in the same city as him, even if they can't get in the stadium. That is the kind of Messi effect that we're talking about there. And yeah, we just have come up short on that end of the stick. And wouldn't that be a great thing to have? We do have our U.S. men's national team, though, coming in September. So there's a boon there to have those national players come back. So that'll be a good thing.
Okay, when we're talking about Messi, I don't know if you've been to a stadium or a park when he has been there. But what is his movement like in daily life? Because here's the thing. I know how popular Taylor Swift is. And for reference, she has like 273 million Instagram followers. And we know how the paparazzi's around her. She has security upon security for every single thing she does. Messi's got twice as many Instagram followers, just like for perspective on his global reach. He's got 516 million. So is this guy surrounded by security with every breath he takes and every practice? And his life has to be wild.
And how come he never?
He's got more.
He also never answers my messages either.
So weird.
I know all those DMs.
Never once has he responded.
Doesn't he know you're a great conversation? But Amy, to your point, if I remember right, when he was early into Miami, he made the assumption, the mistake that, people just kind of knew who he was, like over when he was with FC Barcelona, and everybody knew who Messi was, and he's super popular, but he kind of got to live his life at least a little bit. It wasn't the case when he came to Miami, and I think he went to a Publix, grocery store on his own, and the security and the team were like, you can't do that. Like, you can't go out and have a normal life. And he's like, what are you talking about? I go grocery shopping all the time. So I think, to your point, Amy, I would be interested to know like how, if any, security detail has kind of risen as he has, been in Miami, and the fans are looking for him for, of course, his safety, and of course for the safety of everybody around them. I don't know what he does personally, but I know that was a big deal when he tried to go grocery shopping.
That's wild.
And if I remember right, people weren't really bothering him. I mean, there was somebody was taking video of him, but it wasn't like he was getting mobbed.
I think there was more like people, how people flock to. I don't know that he wasn't accosted or anything like that. He could move, but the people definitely flocked. And of course, that always makes people nervous when there's crowds like that. So, it'd be interesting to know. That would be a great question for him, is how has your daily life from being, whether you're in Europe or whether you're anywhere else, changed by coming to America? How does that look like for you, other than, nobody in Europe shops in bulk at a Costco, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like the Pope in his Pope outfit going grocery shopping.
That's right.
You can't do that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
good point.
All right. So, Jen, as we say goodbye here, as of right now, the season comes to an end. City's a playoff team. So does this, and then they're close to the bottom, but they were far from being a playoff team just 2-3 months ago. So here they are in this position. Do you think they end up making it this year?
Yeah, I do. I do think they can make the playoffs. What I don't know is if they're going to have to play that wild card game to get in, if they're going to be that close to it. If Marcel Hartl hadn't left, I would say just a little bit to momentum and just a little bit to how the team was playing is like, we can still keep grabbing points. But remember, other teams are grabbing points as well. So I think that they can make the playoffs. I just don't know how tight it's going to be anymore. And to your point, there was a time, I don't think we were ever last in the Western Conference, but we were second to last. So that's a big climb from being 14th or whatever to the 7th place team here, pretty decently healthy above the playoff line. And we've got San Jose, so that's a tough team. And then after that, we have Sporting KC. And as I understand it right now, ticket sales in that city are not going well. I think they're selling their tickets for $15 there. And it's based on performance. But of course, nothing brings out a team to play like a rivalry game. So City's going to have this test, and then they're going to have a rival test on the rival's home soil, hopefully with City fans coming in droves. That would be a great thing to see.
Jen Cease, tomorrow, the broadcast getting started at 9 o'clock. The game is at 9:30. That's p.m. It will be...
Yes, it's p.m.
p.m. City in San Jose. Thank you. Good luck. Enjoy your late night tomorrow.
Thank you so much. It was way more fun in my 20s.
You're a lot of fun now. Come on. Jen Cease, City
Have a good
SC
time.
broadcaster on Y98. Thank you, Jen.
Thanks, guys.
So they're back at it tomorrow, and
There you go.
hopefully they keep this going. But you'll have to stay up very, very late tomorrow night. Sorry to tell you. It's Chris and Amy on KMOX, and the Cardinals are back at it this afternoon, in fact. And if you have a feeling on who you think might hit a home run today, don't just sit on that. FanDuel wants you to call your shot with Daily Dingers. And here's what you have to do. You make your pick on who's going to hit a home run, and if you're right, you get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at even bigger winnings. So now when your favorite slugger, maybe it's Jordan Walker, I think he's due. He's hit one home run in like the last 27 games or something, so he is due to have a big game. You're going to feel like a winner, too, if he goes deep, for example. Daily Dingers on FanDuel is free to play. You can lock in your pick every day of the MLB season. FanDuel is the home for home runs, as I've been telling you. And if you're ready to play your game, go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to check out Daily Dingers. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Make your free pick on who's going to homer today. Big hits, by the way, can mean bigger winnings on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, you're not alone. Most importantly, you don't have to live with it. Paramount Men's Medical Center restores men's sex lives in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, even when Viagra and Cialis don't work. Here's Dr. Simovitz, specialist in men's health.
Paramount Men's Medical Center's painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. 98% of patients see instant results right in the office.
Men are now lasting longer than they ever imagined. And the best part, at Paramount Men's Medical Center, your consultation and first treatment are free. Qualified patients even get their testosterone checked free. Call 314-720-8444. 314-720-8444. Take control of your sex life. Call now. 314-720-8444.
Hi, this is Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. This is it. Make no mistake, this is your last chance to live in the beautiful Cotterville Trails. We have a wide variety of market-ready homes and several home sites on a cul-de-sac that back to common ground. Save over $58,000 plus special 4.75% financing on select homes for qualified buyers. Visit McKelveyHomes.com. Isn't it time to move up to McKelvey?
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Chris Ranchi, Amy Markscores, because life is too short for boring radio. 104.1 FM KMOX. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
I have an update. Remember the election that I mentioned yesterday, or 2 days ago in the UK?
Yeah, bin face.
Count bin face?
Yeah.
Nigel Farage wins the election in which his main rival was a trash can. That's the headline.
How much did he win by, though?
He had, let's see, he had 22,239 votes.
Uh-huh.
And Count Binface, a self-described intergalactic space warrior, won 9,455. So he got trounced.
I would like to have seen it closer. Nigel Farage seems like a bit of a penis, but I don't know about him.
You know, when he said, I was hoping that he had won, because then with the city council meeting, the elected official could have been Count Binface, who texted.
That would have been nice.
The city of St. Louis.
I hope he moves here and runs. He has a chance. Did you see Jaden Daniels, who is the starting quarterback, had a really nice rookie season for the Washington Commanders a couple of years ago. Was injured a lot last year. He won the Heisman Trophy at LSU, and for some reason, the number 5 that he wore, let me rephrase this, the number 5 that he wore at LSU has not been retired.
Okay.
And for some reason, his people have convinced him that that's not good, so he has sent a cease and desist to LSU because they allowed a sophomore to wear his number 5. It's not retired.
It's not retired.
But his people, led by his mom, who has been acting as his agent, they have decided that this is not good and that is a slap in the face to him. So they've sent a cease and desist. It's so weird.
And is he good enough that everyone should assume it would be retired? I mean, I don't know how this works.
I mean, yeah, you win a Heisman for a school, I guess that at some point it's not unreasonable.
They don't retire every number that wins a Heisman.
No, and LSU's only won 3, I believe, in their history. So that's a lot, or not very many in a long period of time. So I get it. He probably would be a candidate for that at some point, especially if his NFL career continues to go well. What a weird thing to do.
Yeah, that's weird.
A cease and desist. You're not going to come out on top on this. And LSU has a copy of the Heisman Trophy, the statue that they get to keep, and they've been asking for that back. It just seems really petulant. This is not a good look.
You're not going to come out on top in public opinion when you do something like this.
And I would not let your mom be your agent anymore. I'd find some new representation, because I don't think she knows what the hell she's doing.
Oh.
Sorry. When we come back, we are going to talk to an old friend who's been gone for many, many months. Scott Jagow, former KMOX reporter and anchor. 3 good things roaming St. Louis, no more. But
that's so sad.
Right, well, Scott left, but Scott is back. We got some things to talk about with him next on KMOX.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
When was the last time you watched your home movies?
Disasters strike unexpectedly. Every year, American families lose the one thing they'd run back into a burning building for: their family's memories. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box to help save your family's most important recorded moments so you don't have to worry.
Load Legacy Box with your old movies, film reels, and shoeboxes of photos.
We work our digitizing magic, converting those memories right to the cloud so they're safe and accessible forever.
It's fast, we always send your originals back, and it's done right here in the USA.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box. Better Homes and Garden, Real Simple, and Inc. magazine are all talking about Legacy Box.
New York Times columnist David Pogue says, have them digitized. I wish I'd done it sooner. Take action. Save your family's memories today with Legacy Box.
Go to legacybox.com/value to get an incredible 50% off your Legacy Box. That's legacybox.com/value for 50% off while supplies last. LegacyBox.com/value.
Do you have burning, tingling, or numbness in your feet, hands, or legs? Is neuropathy making it harder to walk safely, forcing you to watch every step, grip railings, or live with the fear of falling? If you've been told there's nothing that can be done for neuropathy, that isn't the full story. At Comprehensive Integrative Healthcare, we don't just label symptoms. We evaluate the underlying factors that may be contributing to nerve dysfunction. Our focus is helping reduce neuropathy symptoms, improving balance, and supporting better daily function, so you can stay active and independent longer. Most people don't realize neuropathy often progresses over time, and when it worsens, symptoms can become more limiting and more difficult to manage. Imagine being able to walk with more confidence again, sleep without burning or tingling waking you up, and stop constantly worrying about your next step. Right now, we're offering a free neuropathy consultation to determine if you may be a candidate for care. Call now to schedule your appointment at 636-355-8662. That's 636-355-8662. Don't wait until symptoms get worse. Call 636-355-8662 today.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission: to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/radio. That's legacybox.com/radio.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laterman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 11 o'clock and it's 86 degrees with mostly clouds in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. President Trump filing his Supreme Court appeal for his ballroom.
In asking the Supreme Court for an immediate stay, allowing construction to continue, the administration says the ballroom is vitally required to ensure a secure gathering space for the president and senior officials. The petition points to what it calls a growing number of recent assassination attempts targeting the president, including what it calls the threat of a missile attack against Air Force One on July 8th, which we now know led to the use of a catering truck to sneak Trump off the plane in Turkey. Those sources say U.S. intelligence officials deemed that threat to not be credible. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
For 5 nights, dozens of Israeli settlers have surrounded 3 Palestinian homes in the occupied West Bank, preventing the families from leaving while cutting off their water and electricity. One of the homes is owned by a Palestinian American who could only watch helplessly on security cameras from Ohio what was happening to his brother and nephew. U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee called the Israeli settlers terrorists, a word he usually reserves only for Palestinians. A total of 87 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli settlers and soldiers this year, with more than 1,400 attacks reported. Luigi Mangione has pleaded guilty to a federal stalking charge in the killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in 2024. For the 6th year, the St. Louis Chess Club is hosting a women's-only international chess competition called the Cairns Cup. It's going on right now alongside the Sinkfield Cup, which is part of the professional chess tour. International Grandmaster Irene Seconder explains why that's a big deal.
The St. Louis Chess Club came up with an idea, since it is kind of the celebration of life of Mr. Rex Sinkfield. Why don't we also do similar things for the women chess players? And we name it the Cairns Cup because it is Jeannie Sinkfield's maiden name.
The Cairns Cup features 10 players, including 2 Americans, and a jackpot of $200,000. This weekend is your last chance to catch the Roman art exhibit at the St. Louis Art Museum. The exhibit features sculptures, antiquities, and artwork from the Roman Empire. It leaves the museum officially on Sunday. The weather sponsored by i3 Broadband.
An extreme heat warning through 9 p.m. tomorrow. A couple of drenching thunderstorms moving away during the midday hours. Then some sunshine, hot and steamy this afternoon. Our high 95 with AccuWeather real fuel temperatures as high as 105 to 110. Clear to partly cloudy, very warm and muggy tonight, though 80. Tomorrow, sun and some clouds, very hot and humid with a chance of a thunderstorm. The high 98. Real feels again 105 to 110. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk, I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Right now, it's 86 degrees downtown. With the kids home for summer, your house is a digital zoo of streaming and gaming. Switch to i3 Broadband and upgrade your summer. Head to i3broadband.com/radio. Call 866-806-5485 to upgrade today, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Chris and Amy now. The Dave Glover Show at 1 on the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
The Bills make me wanna shout, kick your heels up and shout, throw your hands
We're on the
up.
verge of another disappointing Buffalo Bills season. I can feel it right now.
My gosh.
What?
That's so rude.
It's not my fault. I'm not playing
Just
for them.
because the Bears are going to be terrible, it doesn't mean you have to put down the Bills.
That's not going to happen, but nice try. We are joined now by the number 1 Bills fan in my life. Actually, it might be number 2. Scott Jagow, former KMOX reporter and anchor. He is with us. He is joining us from the East Coast. He abandoned us, if you remember, many, many months ago.
Because one day he roamed St. Louis and never came back.
He roamed a little too far.
It's like getting
The
swept
segment
out
is-
to sea when you go too far from the shore and you get sucked out to sea.
The segment is called Roaming
Yeah,
from
it's like-
St. Louis.
What's
Scott
that
Jagow
movie?
is with us.
Truman Show.
Roaming anywhere but St. Louis.
Hello, Scott.
Good to talk to you guys. It's been a while.
Hey.
Man, we used to do this every Friday, and then you
I know.
You
up
abandoned
and
us.
left
Yeah.
in the middle of the night.
I know.
Like an old glove.
Yeah, I found that door at the end of the sea, like in the Truman Show, and I got out. And
You really did.
So
Well,
I'm loving life, though. I got to be honest. I love living in Saratoga Springs, New York. It's a great town. I'm having a great time. And remember my special lady friend Liz?
Yes.
She was just named within the last couple of weeks the curator of the National Horse Racing Museum here in Saratoga.
Well, okay, so how did
Let's
that
give her a big
happen?
round of applause.
You got some connections out there or what?
Yeah, I got a few connections, and I saw that they were looking for a curator when I moved here in April. And Liz's background is in curating exhibits, in photography, museums. She did that in Europe. She has a great resume, and frankly, they're lucky that they landed her, and we're lucky that that job opportunity was there. So she started last week. This is her second week on the job, and it's a beautiful museum. It's right across from the Saratoga Racecourse. It is a stunning museum. That's where the Hall of Fame is for all of racing. They have a huge Secretariat statue in the middle of it. and the exhibits are beautiful. They have a Munnings exhibit right now, his paintings from the early 1900s. He was a big horse person, and they've got a great photography exhibit right now that's stunning through the years. So she's hit the ground running. They threw her to the wolves, and but I'm proud of her, and I'm glad that she got that opportunity, and we're enjoying our life here.
Well, that's awesome. It's
we're
beautiful.
We're happy for you,
Beautiful part of
buddy.
the country.
We miss you. We are happy for you. We're happy for her. So your life in horse racing now, what's been going on?
Well, frankly, I'm just taking the summer to do a little bit of playing, and so I pretty much go to the racetrack 5 days a week.
It's good to be Scott Jagow.
Wow.
I know. I'm getting ready to go after we do this interview.
So what do you do there? Just go and watch
Well, I place wagers is what I do.
Okay.
How's the wagering these days?
About even?
Well, actually, I've done pretty well so far. I'm pretty good at this. It's not like I'm just falling into it accidentally. A couple weeks ago, I had a huge score, which was several $1,000s. I picked the winners of 5 races in a row. I do a lot of homework. I spend a lot of work on this. It's a job, to be quite honest. It's a job. It's not like I'm just throwing darts at a board. It takes a lot of video study, a lot of other research, and I mean sometimes it's a grind. It is, but I'm enjoying the summer, and the weather here is so nice. I am sorry.
Oh, it's
that
nice
so
here.
hot.
What are you talking about? It's really nice here.
Is it?
No, it's terrible. This is and it's gone on forever. It's not like we've had a day or two where, oh my gosh, it's really hot. This last one has been going on for a week, and
what number does your temperature start with?
Today?
Yeah, right now.
7.
Oh my gosh,
come on.
You make me sick.
Yeah, and it's like that for the next few days. We had like a stretch early July where it was upper 90s, which is very unusual here. And that's all we've had. I mean, so we have 70s for the next 5 days. And in the mornings and the evenings is where it really shines. I woke up this morning, it was 58 degrees. And in the evenings, it cools off. We'll have a longer winter than you guys will, but I'm enjoying the summer.
Do most places up there have air conditioning or no?
To be honest, a lot of places don't.
Yeah, I would think they wouldn't. I know in Boston, there's a lot of places that don't have air conditioning.
Thankfully, my apartment does have it, and the one that I'm moving into with Liz here in a couple weeks also has it. So it does, it gets a little humid. We get some 80s mostly, occasional 90s, but a lot of 70s. And in next month, September, will be absolutely gorgeous. I can guarantee.
I'm so jealous, man. If I could take some other region's weather and bring it here, this would be great.
I like that
This would be great.
Scott just dropped that he won thousands of dollars horse racing, and we're like, man, I wish I had that 70-degree weather.
Yeah,
that's all right.
I would pay thousands of dollars to have not 105 heat index all the time.
Like when you say you do your research, like do you know what kind of oats the horse is eating? Like if those are bad oats.
Yeah, I've got secret information. No, I know who the trainers are. I know kind of what their patterns are. I can't like predict everything that's going to happen, but there are a lot of situations where I see things and I'm like, okay, the horse just switched to a new trainer, and I know the difference between the two trainers. The jockey makes some difference. And then the distance, the surface, there's all kinds of things that go into it. Horses like this particular distance versus, that some of them want to run shorter, some of them want to run longer, some like the grass, some like the dirt. So you have to know all these things. You have to read into it.
Scott Jagow, former KMOXer, is with us here on 104.1. And the Buffalo Bills have a new stadium. I have seen it. It looks nice. I've seen a video of it. I've seen photos of it. It looks nice. Apparently, there are some issues with sight lines in certain parts that people are complaining about because there are obstructed views, and the people were promised there would be no obstructed views when they built the place. But you've seen it. What do you think?
I think it's absolutely beautiful. I went to the stadium on Saturday. They had the blue-red scrimmage that they always have, but this was the first time that the fans got to be in the stadium. And one of my St. Louis Bills Mafia buddies, he bought season tickets to this season, and he gave me those tickets because only season ticket holders were allowed in on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So since he couldn't come up from St. Louis for that weekend, he gave them to me. That was really nice of him. Shout out to Peter. I appreciated it. I got to go all around the stadium, and I did notice some of the backlash on social media afterwards. And I also noticed that every single one of these stories, and it's been picked up by ESPN and everywhere, every single one of these stories used the same 3 photos. It wasn't like they had 50 photos. It was the same exact 3 photos. And I don't even know if there are seats in those spots. There is some, there's clickbaiters, first of all, people who just want to get clicks. And then there was also a group of people who didn't want the stadium to be built because taxpayer money was involved. So I take it all with a grain of salt. That place is awesome. The Jumbotron issue is another thing. They said they're too small. Well, they did that intentionally so it wouldn't dwarf the field. Like, it's not Jerry's World. It's Buffalo, New York. The stadium should suit Buffalo, New York. And it did rain, and I was in the upper deck, and we were not under the overhang entirely, but we hardly got wet. So there is some weather resistance, but they didn't build a dome. We didn't want a dome, and I'm happy with it. I think it's gorgeous.
So the question is, how did they screw it up so bad?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm over it. I'm over the social media thing. I'm just done with these people. It's so ridiculously slanted against it. I don't understand it. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the stadium. Of course there's imperfections, but it's been way overblown, and people are taking those same 3 photos and making a big deal out of it.
How many games do you think
Fake news.
How many games do you think you'll go to this year?
Well, it's a 4.5-hour drive from here.
Okay.
And it's an easy drive down the thruway, which is 90. I already have a ticket to the opener. So I am going to the first ever real game in the stadium, September 17th, Buffalo Bills hosting the Detroit Lions. And I cannot imagine the scene there. My cousin lives about 400 yards from the stadium. Seriously. So I have a place to park. I have a ticket, and I am excited to be there. It's a night game. It's a Thursday night game.
Well, I'll be rooting for you that night for sure.
Yeah, I bet you will.
Yeah. Play in Detroit. Screw those bums.
Right.
Scott,
right.
We're happy to talk to you, man. I mean,
I know,
do you
do you
miss roaming St. Louis?
No, he doesn't miss us at all.
I do. I think about you guys. I do.
Never hear from you.
Yeah, you never write.
I do miss my time at KMOX. I had a blast. St. Louis, for the time that I was there, I really enjoyed it. But now I'm kind of more in my homeland, upstate New York, close to Buffalo. I drove to the training camp in Rochester the day before that Saturday game. So I got to be up close and personal with my boy Josh Allen.
Oh,
Then I went and visited my 102-year-old grandmother in Buffalo. So that was good. I'm closer to her now. And it's just kind of the place I should be.
Does she still give you money when you come over?
No,
Hey,
she doesn't give me money. She likes to talk, though. She can really talk.
Hey, Scott, remember when you embedded in one of your stories the fact that you can't grow corn near an airport and just moved on like we should all know that?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can't grow corn near an airport. And you just kept on trucking through the story.
And then, like the quadriplegic turtle, you did the story on that.
Yes.
Yeah,
remember
what is
that?
New York? New York doesn't have that. New York doesn't have a turtle tied to a string that they bob up and down.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Do you think that turtle?
By the way,
do you think the turtle is aware it's paralyzed?
I don't think so.
Do you think it knows that something's not right?
I think it's thinking that it's moving. It doesn't know there's a string on it.
Yeah, that's.
But
a
he
good
was
question.
paralyzed
It's
from the
something I've been
neck
pondering.
down, right? Like he could still stick his own neck out.
I don't know. Scott did the reporting.
Yeah, could he
I
move
didn't
his
do any
neck?
You did
Oh, that's right. I went to the aquarium.
You did.
That's right.
Where do you think we got this story?
Yeah.
It was from you.
Well, from here, Saratoga, it is equidistant to 3 cities: Boston, Montreal, and New York City. 3 hours each way,
That's cool.
each direction. And so I went to one of the Sabres playoff games in Montreal. Boy, that was an experience.
Wow.
Those people were crazy. They're crazy.
It's insane to go to the Bell Center. It's insane.
Oh, you've been there?
Nope. Just from watching hockey, like
Oh my
knowing
gosh,
all
it's-
about like everyone, like the broadcasters who go there, and just anytime you cover a game there, I mean, it's insane. It's insane when Montreal is in St. Louis. They have 40 members of the media that will show up for a
Oh,
regular
wow.
season game that doesn't matter. They dwarf
Holy.
our presence.
Well, in the playoffs, I mean, I've never been booed so much in my life as I was that night. And there were probably 50 Sabres fans out of 22,000 people.
Wow.
So
that's not good numbers.
Were you afraid that
I
they were going to
brought-
beat you up?
I know
Suck
they're
it up.
Canadian. They're Canadians. They're friendly for the most part, but they were just like, they didn't understand. They looked at me like I was an alien. Like they don't see other teams'
Yeah.
jerseys in their building, and they were just they were weirded. The kids especially were weirded out by it.
You
Like,
started crying.
who is this person not wearing a Canadians jersey? What is wrong with them? And that's kind of all they have there. I did also go to Boston for the World Cup. I saw Germany
Ugh.
lose to Paraguay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, Scott, a texter says, please tell Scott I really enjoyed him when he was on the radio in St. Louis, but now that he's talking about the weather being so nice in Buffalo, please tell him he sucks.
That's
And
okay.
so
I don't mind.
gladly I will. And if you find any paralyzed turtles out there, please report on
Please
them. And
report back.
we'd like to see.
And if it's a girl and a boy, maybe we could match make the turtles.
Well, they can't do anything.
Oh, I did. Well, this is going off the rails. We need to change the subject.
Turtles are paralyzed below the waist.
Chris, what's your level of expectations for the Bears this season?
10 wins. 10 wins in
10?
the playoffs. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's pretty tempered. I thought you'd be like 17-0.
No, I think it's going to be 10, tough schedule, 10 wins in the playoffs. Caleb takes a big leap forward. We're talking about him as the MVP at the end of the year.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe not the MVP,
Maybe.
but he's in the conversation. Scott Jagow, we miss you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. I miss you guys. Hopefully we can do it again soon.
Yes.
We can. Scott Jagow, former KMOX reporter and anchor, here with us. Now in New York, Saratoga. We love him and we miss him. It's Chris and Amy show on KMOX.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog! Customize and save with Liberty Mutual. Hey, what are you doing? I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My best advice to you when hiring a lawyer for your injury case is simple. If you know court personnel, ask them who they'd hire. They know. If you know an insurance adjuster, ask them. They know. And then ask them about us. Ask them about Morgan & Morgan. They know. I look forward to talking to you soon. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm for the people. Injured? Dial pound law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan with McKelvey Homes. The wait is over. The displays are now open at the Reserve in West County, a prime location at Manchester and Highway 109. The Reserve is an outstanding community with serpentine streets, extensive trails, and our own neighborhood park with a pavilion, gazebos, playgrounds, and more. Come tour our popular Hamilton Ranch or our luxurious Turnberry story and a half. Visit McKelveyHomes.com. It's time to move up to McKelvey.
Don't miss Mosby Building Arts Home Improvement Show, Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on KMOX. One of the last call-in shows where you can get live answers to your remodeling, design, and construction questions. Tune in Saturdays at 11 a.m.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
100 years, one legendary voice. Relive KMOX's century of service. Classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
Cardinals Cubs at Wrigley Field this afternoon. We are rolling to the pregame show at 12:25. Actually, we got about a 20-minute Gas House Gang today with Matt, Pauly, and me leading into the pregame show. Then the first pitch from Wrigley at 1:20. And if you're on the way up, listening on the Odyssey app or, maybe still on 1120 or whatever, and you're looking for a ticket for the game, you can get a bleacher ticket for $243. You can go.
What?
Yeah, you can go sit.
No, is that normal?
It's a little higher than normal, I think. It looks like the cheapest ticket that is available on the secondary market is $100. So if you don't already have tickets, you might be paying for it, Paco.
You would be. Hey, I just real quick, talking about Chicago sports, the Pope hat night for the White Sox.
Yes.
41,000 fans for that game.
Probably other than opening day was and Cubs Sox series, probably the most they've gotten in the ballpark.
They said they gave away 40,000 Pope hats.
Well, yeah, because they saw that they were about to sell a bunch of tickets, so they went from it being a theme night to let's just give it to everybody who comes into the ballpark.
Pretty impressive. All right, we talked about Flock cameras and how the AI surveillance camera company has been under fire in recent days and how there's been abuse by some members of law enforcement. Flock yesterday, Ranj, announced that it is introducing some new safeguards to address privacy concerns. So Flock said it will, for one, shorten the time it stores data from 1 month to 1 week. And two, it will deploy a new system that locks out users with, quote, abnormal search activity. So hopefully to cut down on that abuse, like I think there were a couple police officers that got in trouble for using flock cameras to track like ex-girlfriends and so forth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty uncomfortable with how it's being used in some respects, not just on a personal, under the table level where you got a cop who just wants to know where his ex-girlfriend is, like you mentioned, but something more serious where you're following somebody out of state to see if they went and got an abortion somewhere in a place where it is legal, and then tracking their car. And there was the story from Texas that the reporter mentioned yesterday of the woman who was being sought by the sheriff in Texas, in whatever county it was, and he looked at something like 83,000 different cameras around the country to see where her car went. Absolutely not.
It's a Fourth Amendment violation to
Absolutely
have that.
not.
Yeah.
Look, if we've decided that particular thing, and this is just one aspect, if we have decided that is a states' rights issue, then if she has gone to another state and she has done something not illegal in that state, you don't get to track her. Sorry, no. And I'm afraid that they'll use it for other nefarious means, too. I just don't trust everybody.
No, I agree. I don't like the constant surveillance. Even like we were talking about yesterday with sharing location. I understand. I'm not saying you should never share your location with family members. I get it. I know a lot of people who do. It's just all of a sudden you start to feel like the walls are closing in on you.
Yeah.
When you know that, all your neighborhood, there's Ring cameras everywhere. Every business has cameras. Maybe people are wearing Meta glasses. People are following your location. We certainly know your cell company, whether it's Verizon or Apple iPhone is tracking your location. Apps track your location because every app says, do you want us to use your location or only while you're using this app or never? And I just start to feel a little bit like the walls are closing in on me, even though, like I said, I'm about as boring as it gets.
Yeah. You really are.
I'm not a huge fan of the Big Brother everywhere.
Hey, just a few more minutes left of, well, I suppose you can still do it now. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. I'm gonna give you the information anyway. But we told you about the Swing Around Funtown event that's happening in Fenton. It's over at 1, and I guess you could still buy tickets because the website is active. And this is It's a deal for kids if you want to, take your kids somewhere for a little bit before they head back to school. And they've got go-karts, mini golf, bumper boats, bumper cars, blah, blah, blah. This goes on until 1 o'clock, so I know we're running up against it. But if you want more information on it, sarfuntown.com/Y98. Just wanted to let you know about that. So go have a good time today. It is Chris and Amy on KMOX, and Amy has decided that she does not care about your baby.
Oh, my gosh.
And she will tell you why when we come back on KMOX.
Your drive home has a soundtrack. For Cardinals fans, it's Redbird Rush Hour.
Matt Pauley is at Busch Stadium. I'm Kevin Wheeler, and our KMOX studios getting ready for Cards. And
Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Nicholas deliver the perfect mix of Cardinals conversation, baseball insight, local news, and traffic to get you home and get you ready for the game.
a swing, and there's a
Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5 on your home of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX. Now, KMOX weather from the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Desk.
89 degrees. Do you want to guess the real feel? 107. Hot with increasing amounts of sun. A high today of 95. Partly cloudy and warm tonight with little relief from the heat. A low of 76.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Well, FanDuel right now is giving new customers up to $1,000 in bet resets. So if you haven't gotten involved yet, here's a great time to take advantage. And this is how this works. You bet $5 daily and unlock $200 in bet resets every day. So, again, this is for new customers, And with baseball happening every day, there's always another game, another matchup, and another chance to get in on the action. Money lines, player props, take your pick. Maybe you want to do a parlay. FanDuel has you covered. So place your $5 bet, your daily $5 bet, and unlock up to $1,000 in bet resets. Go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel, your home for home runs. FanDuel.com/Missouri. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Minimum $5 wager required for 5 consecutive days. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bet reset tokens. Refund from token issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $200 per day. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See full terms. Sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Every step matters. That's why Steve All and the entire team at the All Financial Group have signed up to walk and fundraise for the St. Jude Walk on September 12th. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. And here's what makes them truly remarkable. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude, so parents can focus on one thing, and one thing only, their child. We want you to be a part of this. You can join our team and walk with us on September 12th or simply make a donation. And here's the good news. Steve will personally match every dollar you give up to $1,000. To donate or to register to walk with the All Financial Group, visit steveall.com. That's steveaul.com. Or call 636-230-8824 for more information. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, a registered investment advisor. All Financial Group LLC is not affiliated with St. Jude's Research Hospital and does not accept or collect donations on their behalf.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Dave. Right now, buy 4 windows and get 4 for free and 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Call 314-334-2522. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Today, the Cards, the Cubs.
Ameren Total Access 1225. First pitch 120.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
There's this guy used to live in the building. They keep calling us to see the baby. You gotta see the baby. When are you gonna see the baby? Can't they just send us a tape? Fasten your seatbelts. We're going to see the baby.
Oh, I'm gonna go see a baby.
Okay.
I saw a baby a couple of weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah,
you
my
did
friend's
meet the baby.
Good friend. Love him. One of the best friends I've ever had. Very important guy in my life.
Yeah.
I don't care about the baby.
That's so mean.
I just don't. When it's able to talk and has a personality, then we'll have something. But it's just a baby. It's just a baby. And don't act like you don't agree with me.
That's rude.
Because apparently you don't care about babies either.
No, I actually wasn't talking about the baby.
It says right here, it says nobody cares about your baby. On the sheet.
I think it was an unfinished sentence.
No, I don't think so. On our rundown, 11:30, nobody cares about your baby. And it's all in caps.
Yeah. I think that was a mistake because here's the thing. Really what I was talking about, gender reveals. And I know people have thoughts on gender reveals. 436-7900. I was with some friends earlier this morning, and some people I didn't know was meeting for the first time, and I learned that you can pay to have the St. Louis Wheel do your gender reveal.
Oh, so light up the color.
So light up
of
the color.
baby.
I don't know how long the color of the baby. You mean like the blue for boy, pink for girl? Yeah. And they said, can you do a gender reveal? And they said yes. I don't know the details. If it's an hour, if it's 2 hours, I don't know how long you rent the wheel for so that it has the color. But another friend said, it's better than destroying the environment. Like if you catch something on fire or you have some kind of confetti or paint explosion. And I got to say, and I told this to Matt, not into the gender reveals. I had a friend, they're pregnant, or she's pregnant, and she and her husband, you know how they did the gender reveal? Just like whenever you ran into them, said, oh, guess what? It's a boy. Oh, that's great. I'm excited for you. And then they would run into the other friend and say, hey, did we tell you it's a boy? Oh, that's great. To me, that's how it should work. The super elaborate parties where you have the confetti guns. I've seen one where it's a cabinet, like a armoire, a dresser, and there's a bow tying the door shut, and then you untie the bows and you open the cabinet and it's full of clothes for a little boy or a little girl. It's not my thing. I don't like the gender reveals, and guess who does? You'll never believe it. He's in the room with us.
Pajeski?
Yes.
I don't mind them.
How can you not mind them? They're the things that should be minded the most.
I have only been to maybe 2, and it's from like my best friend in the world. And so I would feel the same way you would feel about like your coworker's baby or a stranger's baby, like your distant cousin's baby. When it's like your best friend, I'm like, wow, like I want to be the cool uncle that I can't really be an uncle to for this kid. Like I can't wait to see that kid grow up. And
that's the baby. I mean the gender reveal.
But I do care. Like, oh, I hope this one's a boy because the last one was a girl, and I hope he's got a son so I can hang out with and play with. Like, it's just cute.
Hope he has a son so it's not lame.
Yeah.
That's what you were gonna say.
Exactly.
Do you know what? This is maybe a little niche unless you follow sports, but what a gender reveal feels like. It's like having the number 5 overall pick in a baseball draft. Because it's like, wow, that's a pretty good draft. Oh, wow, we got this guy. His name's Tom James or whatever. He's supposed to be really good. He's in high school. Okay, guess I'll see you in 5 years. Like, it's like kind of exciting, but not
like
really.
that.
What do I care? Look, I don't need... Don't show me the labor, just show me the baby. I don't need the gender reveal either.
I don't need the gender reveal. And it is a newer thing. It's a newer thing. They did not do this in the 80s.
Last several years. No, yeah.
They did not do it in the 80s and 90s.
It should be outlawed after what happened in Mexico in 2023. You might remember the little plane that somebody had hired for their backyard gender reveal, and the plane flew overhead, and it was basically acting like as a crop duster, and it pumped out pink smoke.
Okay.
But somehow there was some kind of mechanical failure on the plane, and as it's pumping out the smoke, the wing fell off.
What?
The left wing fell off, and the plane went out of control, and the guy died.
Are you serious?
Yes. You could see the video was out there for a long time.
That's awful.
So after that, they should be outlawed everywhere.
Do you know what it is? Here's what it is, Ron, and I think... It's not that I don't think it's a big deal. It is a big deal to the people, for sure, and to the family.
Yes,
there's
to
a lot
the
of babies
people in the
being
family.
born. I think it's to me, it's just so performative, and everything's gotten performative, like the performative engagements.
I agree.
And the performative wedding dances or whatever it may be, and the performative baby gender reveals. And I don't want to say like... I'm not telling people to take the fun out of things, but somehow everything has gotten so over the top, and it's meant to be seen.
If there was no social media, there'd be no gender reveal parties anywhere.
That is exactly right.
If social media did not exist, we wouldn't have this scourge. My buddy, I guess it was a couple of years after I left Chicago, he had a kid, and He did a gender reveal.
Yeah.
And his gender reveal was he sent out an invitation to everybody, electronic invitation, and you click on it and you open it up and it said, I can't remember exactly how it was phrased, but it was a gender reveal party. And then you click on the invitation, you open it up, and it says, "It's a boy. Enjoy your Saturday." That's perfect. What a great
awesome.
way to do it. Don't make me come and be there. And by the way, if I'm ever invited to a gender reveal party, I'm just saying, right, I'm going to make up an excuse why I can't be there. I'm not going to go.
First of all, you don't need to make an excuse. You don't go to anything. You don't go to when I invite you to coffee.
That's also true.
Yeah.
So
So you don't need an excuse. You just be your usual flaky self.
I am not coming to your gender reveal. Unless there are going to be a bunch of celebrities there I might want to meet for some reason.
So then, like the super performative, like Tom Cruise is going to be at the gender reveal.
Oh, if Tom Cruise is going to be there, I want to go just to see how close I can get to him.
You want to go to a Tom Cruise reveal then, not a gender reveal.
Yeah.
He does a lot of gender reveal parties, I heard. That's good. Yeah.
That's great. You know what's great?
What?
Ron's just invented the celebrity reveal, and that's when you say someone really famous is going to be at my house, but you don't know who. Then they lift up the cardboard, and it's Charlize Theron.
Or somebody who's adjacent to Kid Rock or something.
Yeah, if I show up in your
Larry the Cable Guy adjacent,
bro. Oh my! We got to.
You got to tell them.
Okay, so this is very funny
because we do get pitches.
So PR people will pitch us ideas like, "Hey, would you like to have this person as a guest? They have a brand new book coming out and." Blah, 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 or whatever. And sometimes they're really good pitches. A lot of times it's just write in file 13, which is the garbage. And we get this a couple of years ago. One of the PR people sends us a pitch for a Larry the Cable Guy related interview. We're like,
adjacent.
What? Adjacent
Larry
interview.
The Cable Guy.
So we're like, what does that mean? So you open it up and it's like, here's a person who knows Larry the Cable Guy. Like, do you want the... No. I'm not even sure I want Larry the Cable Guy. And now you're offering somebody who knows him? What a... No, absolutely not.
That's been our go-to for an example of a bad pitch is Larry the Cable Guy adjacent guest. Now we've got Bob Smith on. He apparently knows Larry the Cable Guy.
That was an incredible pitch. Larry the Cable Guy adjacent interview. No. This guy served him coffee once. Do you want to talk to him?
It has to be a real celebrity reveal. We do have a texter, a 314 says, Chris, I'm going to have Tom Cruise at my gender reveal. You're invited.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
And if he's not there, I can sue you. I can sue you because you got me there under false pretenses.
Did you lose the will to live there?
Another texter says, y'all remember the Tom Cruise middle tooth that he got fixed? Yeah, look it up. Okay. So, all right, there was this thing from years ago. Somebody had discovered that Tom's two front teeth were not aligned properly.
Okay.
And actually, there was one tooth that was directly in the center of his face.
That's not a real
Yes,
thing.
look it up. Look up Tom Cruise tooth, and the people have put like a direct line straight from the middle of the forehead down the nose, and a tooth runs right in the center. Like his two front teeth were off center. I didn't know he got.
And he's so toothy.
He's very toothy.
He's famous for being toothy.
But you wouldn't know unless you really looked at his photo and stared at it. But it was true. And this texter says he got that fixed, but I didn't know he got it fixed.
So, you know what's funny is I actually love Tom Cruise. I know. I don't know why, but I just love him. And not his Scientology. I love his...
The Scientology thing is
That's pretty bad.
wackadoodle.
Yeah, he's insane. But there's some... You know how there's just somebody like Tom Cruise? There's a Tom Cruise impersonator that's been going viral, and he's pretty good. But he's so, like, the over-exaggerated smile and somewhat forced laugh that Tom Cruise does, the tooth-forward kind of guttural laugh. And he does it so well that it makes you almost not like Tom Cruise because it becomes a caricature. But he's pretty good. This Tom Cruise impersonator, he's
I've seen him
insanely
too.
good.
I've seen him too. Texter says that the Larry the Cable Guy adjacent interview was actually Daryl the Wi-Fi guy.
That's actually pretty funny.
Daryl the Wi-Fi guy.
I'm trying not to be a texter that's telling me not to be a curmudgeon, and I get it, but I think Ron hit the nail on the head. The nail on the nose. He hit the nail on the head, and that is, if there were no social media, there would be no gender reveals, which means so much of this performative, it's not really for the families. It's for being seen by others.
Yeah.
And that's what gets old. Sometimes, this is probably the most cynical view I hold. The more elaborate the engagement, the less likely it is that it's going to last. That's how I feel. If it's a super elaborate engagement video, I feel like, oh, you're going down the performative route. That's not good. I think there is real data that the more people post online about significant others, the less chance it has of being.
Is there data on that?
I don't know. Durable.
Just making that up.
right.
Yeah.
Sounds like it might be logical. Yeah, but your gender reveal party, save it.
And like I said, my friends who found out. Oh, you know how? Oh, get this, Ranch. This is a great way to tell people that you're going to have a baby. We were at an event, actually. It was the Mark Hertling, General Mark Hertling event. And then after that, they said, hey, let's go get some drinks. Not Mark Hertling, these other people. And I said, okay, that's a great idea. And we all sat down around the table to get some drinks. And as we were drinking our drinks, they said, guess what? We're going to have a baby. And I thought that was awesome.
And did you have to pretend to care? Or did you care?
No, I cared. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was family.
Okay. Well, as long as you legitimately cared.
Yeah.
Well, we love love around here, don't we?
Yes.
We love real love,
Speaking
not performative love.
Speaking of love,
yes.
Did we talk about the fact the Super Bowl next year is on Valentine's Day for the first time ever?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is on Valentine's Day.
Do you think it's going to break up relationships? It's going to, especially newer ones.
I think, no, I do think there are a lot of people who will understand.
I think a lot of people are probably going out Saturday night, too.
Yeah, they'll probably do a Saturday thing.
I think there'll be some breakups.
But
We'll have to get the text line.
Never been on Valentine's Day until 2027.
That's because that's late, February 14th.
So I guess I'm busy. The Bears are busy on Super Bowl Sunday, I guess.
What? Sorry.
Valentine's Day next year, the Bears are going to be playing a football game. It's cool.
I don't think so.
It's Chris and Amy on KMOX. Cardinals baseball's happening soon. The pregame at 12:25.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Taking care of yourself should fit into your life, not complicate it. Neovitin Original Formula is a complete daily multivitamin designed to support your everyday wellness routine with essential vitamins, minerals, and a natural ingredient blend, all in just 2 daily tablets. Subscribe online at neovitin.com for monthly delivery or shop Neovitin at your local Schnucks and Dearborn. Neovitin Original Formula is physician formulated to fit easily into your everyday routine. All of our vitamins are manufactured in a certified GMP facility in the USA. Neovitin, make nutrition easy.
You've pictured it, the garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 13th. Let Overhead Door Company of St. Louis upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorstlouis.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Let's hope you never need a personal injury lawyer, but if you do, know who to call before you need one. Mark Cantor and the team at Cantor Injury Law have been helping injured Missourians for over 30 years. Give them a call at 314-628-9999 or visit CantorInjuryLaw.com. Injured, you can count on Cantor.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath. It's all about time.
Save time and money.
Do it now, don't wait till later. Call the top-notch renovator. It's about time.
3 days or less.
At 3-day kitchen and bath.
Soldiers Memorial Military Museum looks at American military history through the lens of St. Louis. From the Revolutionary War to the present day, the galleries showcase stories of local service members and delve into the city's wartime history. Outside, the Court of Honors includes monuments to those who lost their lives in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Admission is free. Find information about special exhibits at mohistory.org/memorial. That's mohistory.org/memorial.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, nope, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM. KMOX. Now, a look back at this week's Chris and Amy Show. Out of context.
You ain't big no mo. How come you're not big?
I don't know how a cartoon alligator is too similar to a cartoon beaver.
You have lips for a reason.
Do you want to eat steak naked?
I'm very sensitive, so if I don't get invitations directly, I get very sad. Well, it's the week out of context, and this is the time of the show that we try to remember what we said and why.
I like how every single one of those clips had a wheezing guffaw from me. You hear this?
Do you not realize that's that's 3 hours of that?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Listen, I didn't hire me. I didn't say I would hire me, but
It
if
doesn't
someone
mean that you
offers you
can't
the
fix
job,
it.
if someone offers you this job, it's hard to say no. So if you're mad, get mad at Steve. Don't get mad at me.
You know what this sounds like?
This is not my fault.
Just
this is
I don't
Steve's
mean
fault.
to derail this real quick, but I had this ex-girlfriend from years ago who would get angry all the time, and then she would blame it on being Italian. She's like, I'm Italian. What do you want from me? Like, no.
I never blamed it on anything.
You're aware of your behavior. Fix it. Don't give me this, my heritage makes me angry all the time.
Listen, you know how they say don't date someone thinking you can change them? Steve shouldn't have hired me thinking he could change me.
Oh, so it's Steve's fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Rons, you're up first. Give some context to this.
You ain't big no mo. How come you're not big? This was the story about how people are afraid to compliment somebody who's lost weight. You know, somebody on Ozempic.
Yes.
Great memory. I did not remember that at all.
Yeah.
Great memory.
And it's like you're like, oh, you're on Ozempic or whatever. It was the story about that.
Yeah, because uncomfortable office conversations
Yes.
with people losing so much weight.
That's right.
Amy, you're next.
I don't know how a cartoon alligator is too similar to a cartoon beaver. Well, that's too easy. That's Bucky's litigious nature as they're suing all these different places that they're claiming are too similar to their beaver.
Including Mickey the Moose.
Mickey the Moose.
I think Disney should be suing Mickey Moose, instead of Bucky's.
You're right. MICKEYMOOSE. Mickey Moose.
Rons, give some context to this.
You have lips for a reason.
Amy
I know what this is.
Why am I so wheezy?
This is people who scrape their teeth on the fork when they eat.
Yep.
Oh.
Which I do not understand this behavior.
Talking about petty deal breakers.
Yeah, I just don't. How do you not? Okay, I stop doing it. Stop doing it. Be mindful. Don't scrape your teeth on your fork.
Last one for Amy. Speaking of eating.
Do you want to eat steak naked? The Class Steakhouse offers naked night.
The nude first Monday of the month they have, and this is in Los Angeles or Hollywood, It is a steakhouse that the patrons are naked when they eat.
I think it's like $150 for women. That includes the dinner, and $250 for men.
I get it.
That's prejudiced.
I'm very sensitive, so if I don't get invitations directly, I get very sad. Well,
That's one.
I don't remember exactly why we talked about that.
I do.
But I said I'm not going if I'm not invited.
Who were you invited by? Somebody invited you somewhere.
Lona's
Was it
Little Eats.
Oh, Lona's Little Eats. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, because we had Lona Luo come in,
Yeah.
and she's adorable, and the restaurant is amazing, apparently.
It's really good.
And I got to go sometime.
Grand opening tomorrow.
In Kirkwood.
Ranj, I do want to read this from Harambe. Harambe here.
Speaking of sensitive.
Good shows this week. I'm proud of you guys.
Thanks.
Smiley face.
Thanks very much, Harambe. We appreciate you. All right. Have a great rest of your day. The Chris and Amy Show will be back on Monday at 9 a.m. Anything you missed, Odyssey app, iHeart app, wherever you get your podcasts, you can go back and listen to anything, KMOX.com as well. Coming up next, Short Gas House Gang ahead of Cardinals pregame. It's Cardinals-Cubs weekend, and you can hear it all here on KMOX.